Family, they watching, they lurking, they jumping out of bushes, they looking behind windows, and they all got their eyes on foundational Black American reparations. You know Mr. Mutombo want reparations. You know Mr. Fufu want reparations. Hell, I even heard Mr. Burrito want reparations. They all got their eyes on FBA. They walking around here with a flashlight in the daylight. But guess what, y'all? This certified foundational Black American History Month. We out here holding it down in these streets. So let the whole goddamn world know that when we say we all about it, we all about it. So get your money right, get your game right, and let's bring it all night. Certified salute to the family. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
Why they trying to do us like that, family? Why everybody want to talk about reparations now that foundational Black Americans put it on the table? Why everybody want to have their little unions, their little conferences, their little committees, but they know all damn well, just like everything they do in their life, they copying us. But they can never be like us because we run the damn yard. We run the yard so much. I need to know where you at, where you from, what you represent. FBA roll call to the whole certified family. I see y'all deep in the house tonight. I see that we got a birthday up in here, so I need you to let me know so I can give you the ultimate shout out because this is how we doing it. Detroit, see you. Fort Worth, see you. Let's go. Certified official. Illinois in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's all time to shine, y'all, and we always win. And how does foundational Black Americans win, y'all? We win by a knockout. Money to earn, money to burn. Get to the money, honey. This is my word. Let's go. Welcome to the Black Alpha Network. Certified salute to the whole family. Certified salute to the whole team. We in here extra deep, y'all. We almost got 500 people in 2 minutes. We out here breaking records, man. This is how we do, y'all. It's another time. It's another space, but it's all about us every time we touch down, man. So it's good to see y'all. Hope everybody has a great start to their weekend. I hope everybody's doing good. Y'all know what it is. There ain't nothing better in life than being with your certified foundational Black American family, y'all. That is 365 days a year, all right? Damn 24/7, man. This 25/8, we need a little bit of extra because we that much better than everybody else. We so better than everybody else, y'all. Let me tell you how better we are than everybody else. We so better than everybody else at. These people just running around FBA, they peeking behind their blinds, they looking, they jumping out of bushes. Y'all know when you riding down the street and somebody looking and they turn their eyes real quick, that's what the Tethers is doing. You know, they used to just stare at FBA, all right? They used to just watch FBA in our moves. Now they out here lurking, real creepy. These Tethers is on real creepy time. They some stalker Tethers. Now they want to have these reparations committees. They want to have these reparations unions, and they want to leave us out. You wouldn't be talking about reparations if it wasn't for us. You wouldn't be talking about any of that. I see Georgia, Minnesota connection. Yes, indeed. Much love. I know, you know, the world knows that foundational Black Americans run everything. Whatever we say goes, everybody else follows behind. So now what you have is people who 2 years ago want to sit in on our reparations committees. Now out of nowhere, y'all, what they want to do. Now they want to have their own. That ain't going to work. A couple years ago when people want to say we all brothers and we rejected all that, now they want to say, okay, then we have our own. Do y'all know right now they had the African Union and they had a bunch of people from Africa and a bunch of people from the Caribbean. And they're out here talking about reparations, using all of our talking points, all of our statements. But guess the main thing they ain't talking about, y'all? Let me tell you what they ain't talking about. They sitting here speaking about reparations. They stealing FBA talking points, but they ain't talking about no damn money. If you ain't talking money, you ain't talking reparations. If you ain't talking cash, you ain't talking reparations. If you ain't talking about a bag or a stack, then you ain't talking reparations. So they out here talking about reparations, fam. They talking about apologies. We could all just have a big thank you. How about a group hug? They want group hug reparations, y'all. That's what they want. Group hug reparations. FBA ain't on that. We made it clear from the jump. We want cash payments. So they pocket watching, but they don't even want the money that we're trying to get. You know why they don't really want it, y'all? With this Tether reparations finesse, and we've been following it now for about 2-3 years right here on the Black Alpha Network. They don't want money because they want to be the dominant society. They don't really want to get mad. They really want to come out here and say, can we talk about reparations? Can we stop FBA? But we don't want money, no. Hell no. So they can have their little reparations committees because you know damn well it ain't in them anyway. In order to get reparations, you got to have a soul, all right? In order to get the money that somebody owes you for building the country, you got to have something. Where we're different, we talking about building the country that we created. They want reparations because they was colonized on their homeland. You see the difference, y'all? You see the difference? We built our homeland. They got their ass whooped on their homeland. How you want reparations for getting whooped by some people you outnumbered? How you want reparations for getting snatched up, slapped up, and smacked up by some people you outnumbered? So from the jump, everything about their reparations is absolutely different than ours. We are serious. We're motivated because that's how we do. The same way how we handle everything politically and socially. We always step to the plate and fight back. That's the way we bring the energy into our reparations claim. That's why we gonna get the money. Them, on the other hand, they out here playing, they out here pocket watching, they out here copying FBA. And that is why the minute they think that they gonna get to where foundational Black Americans are, they gonna do what they've been doing for all of modern history. They gonna face plant and fall straight down. Because trying to keep up with FBA, you go broke. Trying to walk like FBA, you go broke. Trying to stand in our shadow, you will go broke. Trying to carry FBA existence on your shoulders, you ain't strong enough. Your hands don't reach that high, Mr. Mutombo. So no, won't be no reparations for Mr. Mutombo, won't be no reparations for Mr. Yao, won't be no reparations for Mr. Pedro, won't be reparations for anybody other than certified foundational Black Americans, because we build, they steal. We certified all the time. And when you watching us, you better enjoy the damn show because we putting it on. Let's go to work, fam. We're going to go there. This episode is going to be extra special because we're going to talk about how these Tethers been coming at us for a long time. Because y'all know Tether's been doing a lot of slick stuff. They've been doing it for quite some time. What we did, y'all, all of us, I'm talking about all of y'all, we done popped the lid back on all of them. All that minority, people of color stuff, the lineation full process. We're going to talk about how these folks never been down with us. And we're not going to let nobody show up now when we start talking about money. Let me tell you what reparations is, okay? Reparations is a lottery ticket to all of these people in the diaspora. They weren't ever concerned about reparations. They didn't ever want reparations. They never thought about reparations. Soon as FBA start talking about reparations, you see an uptick in tethers. You know what I'm saying? How come, y'all, there's been about 50 million new tethers ever since we said reparations one time? Soon as we start talking about reparations, now they learned the word. I don't even think they knew the word. I don't even think they know what reparations is about. I think they seen FBA get into the bag, and they do what they always do anytime somebody's getting to the bag. They want to put their little tether fingers in. They want to put their tether fingers in the pot and try to get what's ours. That's what it's about, because they understand when we get to the bag, we get on code, they cut off. All them Uber drives, gone. All them deodorant sticks that they don't have any damn way, gone. So even if they wanted it, they couldn't get it. This is what we doing, fam. FBA up, tethers down. If Mr. Mutombo can't swim, then his ass bound to drown. And we going to work right here, y'all. I see the family in here tonight. We are in here working. You already know. So when you see Mr. Mutombo, he popping his head out. He trying to get to your bag, y'all. Just know you've been exposed, Mr. Mutombo. You can't run the games that you used to run on Black Americans back in the day. As we always say on the Black Alpha Network, this ain't scam Africanism, so you ain't scamming nobody. You can only scam African, somebody who identifies as an African. This episode today, though, family, we are going to go down the list, and we're going to talk about every single thing that these people been trying to play on us, all their tactics, all of their hustles and con games, and how, quite frankly, nowadays, that's non-existent. They can't do it. They can't move. They can't shine because they are not like us. Bottom line, point blank. But we've been seeing what they've been saying. We've been watching what they've been doing, and we know for certain every time you see foundational Black Americans on code, you're going to see that right there. Mr. Fufu the first, Mr. Fufu the second, and Mr. Fufu the third. And that's how they look every time they see FBA on code. Well, keep on watching, homie, because you can't have our money. Checkmate, bottom damn line. Family, this is how they've been talking about FBA for years. And this is why they mad that we done showed up and G-checked them. Let's go.
A lot of Black Americans are racist towards Africans. And yet, y'all always say, oh, we are African, we are African, we are African. No, we are not. I'm African and you're Black American, okay? Most of y'all blame us for everything, how we come to this country. We take away all your resources. Y'all have been here forever, but having most of y'all, because I don't want to say everyone, have not accomplished too much. Y'all are stuck on welfare all day. Y'all complain for everything. And yet, you guys are hindered everything, but yet complain. You know what? It's time for you guys to stop complaining, stop blaming people for what have happened to y'all in the past, and just continue to work harder. That's all y'all can do. Nobody comes here and take away anything. Everything was already here when we got here. We just have a different path in life, and maybe you should too.
I am a Black British woman. I live in America. I've been here 5 years. I love living here. I pay my taxes here. I have friends and family here. I live in America, and I am a Black woman. But it's so crazy. I've never not felt like a Black woman until I came here. But for whatever reason, I've encountered in America I don't even know if the term is anti-Blackness. Like, essentially, I'm not seen as Black here because of this, because of how I sound. Listen to this, the words that are coming out of my mouth. People hear this and they tilt their perception of me. I've never had this before in my life. It's so surreal. So like, I'll see a group of Black girls and like, they may be Black American, but I wouldn't think, oh, these are Black American girls. I just see them as Black girls, and I'm a Black girl, so we're all Black girls. But I've had situations where Black American girls don't see me as Black because the British comes first. So they see themselves as Black and I'm an other. I have a closer proximity to whiteness because of my accent, and therefore I face white privilege. So moving to America, not only have I felt non-Black by Black people sometimes, I've also felt closer to whiteness by white people. Where are my Black but non-American Black people?
I didn't think Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show was a powerful moment for Black culture. In fact, I thought it was detrimental and further neutralized our actual power. I know as a Black person, I am in a minority. I know that. I know that for some, hearing me say this will default to attacks that I'm an African. And that is why I don't understand the Black American experience. Or worse, that I'm a Tether who takes any chance to disrespect Black Americans because I want to impress white society. Well, if you watch my content, you'd know that is a crazy perspective to have of what I am and what I do. But we're all entitled to our own opinions. So I'm going to tell you why I've taken the position I have on the Kendrick performance. Maybe I might change some minds by the time you hear what I have to say about the halftime show. If you're already in your feelings about an African having an opinion on this, and you're ready to rip it apart as fuel for your anti-immigrant and anti-Tether rhetoric, I strongly suggest you swipe past this video now, because you really won't like what I'm going to say. I don't have an issue with hip-hop, especially when it's at its best, and Kendrick is the epitome of it. A true return to what made the art form what it was. The poets of the street telling the world about the experiences of a community that had been ignored and forgotten. Now that we've got that out of the way, here's my issue. It's 2025. Why is the hood and the struggle still the dominant aesthetic of Black excellence and the way in which it communicates with the wider world on the biggest stage? I said this on a live show. Some agreed, others lost their minds. They fixated on the word hood and accused me of parroting white rhetoric. Some even claimed I was anti-FBA. Hood is short for neighborhood, referring to historically Black urban areas impacted by redlining, economic disinvestment, and over-policing. That's the literal colloquial definition, the slang. Now take that definition and juxtapose it with the reasons people say the performance was great. It was a message of defiance. It showed solidarity against oppression. It was a statement against the economic trap set against Black America. It was an ironic nod to how white America sees us. It shows we still rise and persevere. It's all tied to struggle. It's a performance of the position white society puts Black people in. And here's my question. Why in 2025 Are we still embracing a position we didn't choose? There are videos online analyzing the subliminal meanings and hidden messages. If a message needs to be explained, it means most people won't get it. So then what's the point? If it is meant only for Black people to understand the deeper meanings, what's the point? Why are we sending coded messages to each other at white events or at corporate events? If it was for the establishment, why are we still sending messages at all to white and corporate America about the struggle?
A lot of Black Americans are racist towards Africans, and yet you're all
sure why you animals from Africa feel like you can keep coming on my page underneath my videos saying whatever you want to say to me, but that's not going to fly over here. I'm going to keep deleting your comments and blocking you every single time. It's real easy. Delete, block, because you animals are going to learn to watch your mouth in my presence, period. I really could not care less about your continent being colonized. Y'all keep saying that. Well, they came to Africa and they stole our resources and they colonized us. This is why we're here in America. The Mexicans say the same thing. America colonized us first, so we're coming here to get what we're owed. It's not our problem that you allowed the white man to colonize you. That's your fault. You outnumbered the white man in Mexico and in Africa. You were the majority, and you being the majority were so weak that you allowed the white man from another place to come into your space and colonize you and steal your resources. So why are you mad at us about that? You allowed that. You were weak. You lost and they won. That's your problem and your fault. When we were colonized, we fought back. The brown-skinned Indians, we were the natives of this land. Black people, we were here, and the white man came and they colonized us and stole our resources. We didn't run. We fought back. After the enslavement, then we continued to build up our communities, and they continued to come and burn them down, stealing our resources, stealing our inventions, stealing our ideas. We didn't run. We stayed 10 toes down and we continued to fight back. And because we fought back, now Black people from all around the world can come to America to live a better life. Because we, your mothers and fathers, chose to fight back instead of running like you, which again proves that you are nothing like us and could never be. It's Black American power forever.
Woo! Buddy, there it is. There it go right there. I had to put those back to back so we could see the difference, y'all. I had to put those back to back so we could see they not like us, never have, never will. We got to go ahead and let the world know. When we say these folks ain't on our level, all you got to do is watch. When we say these folks can't stand in our presence, all you got to do is watch. It ain't that deep. It ain't that difficult. It ain't complex. You seen one energy that was defeated, broke down, pocket watching, and then you seen other energy that's certified, verified all the time. That is where we stand on the winner side. We in the winner circle. Where they stand, defeated, broke down, hating. Remember, y'all, they wake up every day and think about us. Foundational Black Americans don't think about them. They just start saying a bunch of fantasy land talk. You feel me? You guys worry about Africans. No. Because y'all worry about us. You guys want to be like the white man. No. Because you want to be like the white man. Every single thing that they say is really projection based on being losers. All right? You lost, you're losing. You ain't done nothing in modern history but be seen as international beggars. So what you can do right now, we gonna hold the bag and all the tethers. You could hold your own bamboo stick. That's what you can do. Hold your own bamboo stick. Because foundational Black Americans, we ain't helping. We ain't lifting the finger, ain't nothing. I've never seen people who are so jealous, so envious, have so much vitriol, and then turn around and smile. Where you see a tether, you see dominant society supremacy. Remember that, y'all. all the tethers sound like they from the dominant society. They got the same talking points. The same talking points. Notice on the first thing where the tethers was talking. The lady goes, well, you know, y'all races of Africans. No, foundational Black Americans could never be. Why? It's because we up. And when you're up, you don't punch down. Checkmate. And then the other guy who said, talking about, I didn't think Kendrick Lamar's performance was good because we. Ain't no we. Remember the first three tethers I showed y'all, okay? The first three tethers. You got the Black Brit tether. By the way, this is how much we don't give a damn about them. Did y'all even know that there's like a thing with Black Brits right now and they're coming after FBA? Did y'all even know that? I didn't even know that. I literally didn't even know this, fam. I knew Black Brits sound way too polite. I know Black Brits need to sit down and have some tea and crumpets. I know Black Brits sound like they're at the damn Buckingham Palace. All right, that's all I know about the Black Brits. I know they run around here talking like they're from Chicago, but really they're from Manchester. And in Manchester, they have the best tea and crumpets every day at 12 o'clock. That's all I knew. I mean, I know they was running around here acting like they were Chief Keef and King Von and Lil Durk. Okay, and then I come to find out they was really like Paul McCartney and John Lennon. That's what I heard, fam. I didn't know there was a thing. This is what it is. FBA, we don't know who you are. We don't see y'all people. We moving too fast, too strong. We're too busy changing the world. You dig? We're too busy being excellent. We don't have time to slow down the car and say, hey, look at that Black Brit and watch the way their wig is blowing in the wind. Hey, look at Mr. Fufu and his flip-flops. Mr. Jolof's over there and he ain't even got no damn lotion. Damn. So we don't really know about these people. We don't know about none of them. And what it's really about right now, you notice how crazy the diaspora has been going ever since we started to delineate. But even more so, you've seen how crazy the diaspora has been going since all that U.S. aid money started to dry up. Yeah, I can literally show you right now. Everybody who was at that whole reparations union thing in Africa, those are all the countries that got cut off from Donald Trump and U.S. aid. I got the numbers. I can show you the parallels. Yeah, easy work. We don't know who these people are, man. You know what I'm saying? You got winners, you got losers. We winning. All right, you got certified counterfeit. We certified. This is what it is. When you on top, somebody got to be at the bottom. Don't be mad at foundational Black America. This is God's plan. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors put in work, so therefore we put in work. It's right there. It's in the DNA, man. It's not my problem that you got the DNA of fleers, hoppers, skippers, jumping. I mean, I understand. If you wake up every single day and the only thing that you can look forward to is getting the hell out of your homeland, the only thing you can look forward to is getting busted across the head with a bamboo stick by a colonizer. I understand how you may take that out on FBA. They need to go see Tether therapists. I've been saying that for a long time. You get a Tether, you put them on the couch, let them start explaining their problems. I don't give a damn if it's a Black Brit. I don't give a damn if it's someone from Ethiopia. I don't care if they're from the Ivory Coast. I don't care if they're from Jamaica or Haiti. They all gonna sound the same. You notice this, y'all? Every single thing that the diaspora says, it is absolutely positively different than how we speak. You can have 250 different people from 250 different countries way over here from the diaspora. And then you can have just FBA over here. And we move and operate completely different than all of them. They're all in the tether box. They're all in the broke down, battered border hopper box. We over here on the certified box. So I understand that you got to wake up every day and the women in your village, they want to dress like my women. I understand that. I know that hurt your tether feelings. I get it. I understand, dog. You feel me? I understand that the men want to run around here and act like they FBA guys, you know what I'm saying? But they not that fly. I get it. But this is why they're all falling out. And this is why they're the laughing stock of the world. We laughing at you, Mr. Mutombo. So don't be mad at FBA. I didn't know there was an FBA and the Brits is hating on us and stuff. I didn't like Kendrick. And how many tethers, y'all, are using Kendrick's performance as some type of catalyst or ploy to be mad at us? You know what I'm saying? It's always something other than what they say. You feel me? This is why we say that the tethers ain't nothing but the supremacists. That's all it is. So those three jolly tethers that we seen in the beginning, every single thing they said was whack. Every single thing they said was lame, just like they are, just like their homeland, and just like they people. Foundational Black Americans, on the other hand, we exude nothing but confidence, energy. You know, we got that phenomenal vibe. Everybody wants to be a part of it, and it's not our fault. So the fact that they're running around right now and they're upset, y'all, because that money has came so bad. And these people are in deep, deep trouble. Look at this right here, y'all. Look at this. Do you know that Ethiopia, they get the second most foreign aid behind Israel? Damn, that ain't good. Oh, Nigeria, nice to see you. Somalia, there you go. Damn. The Congo, Y'all on the list too? So this is why y'all so mad. All that money done dried up and you ain't got nowhere to go. So you're trying to take all of that out on FBA, but in reality, you see that foundational Black Americans are over here creating it and you can't take it. Look like America done delineated. Did the government delineate? Did you get delineated from FBA and delineated from foreign aid? Damn, y'all done got delineated from foreign aid. That ain't good. I feel so sorry for y'all. But you just gonna have to live with it, deal with it, and accept it because it ain't going no damn where. So now the fact that you see all these people upset and they was like really using Kendrick Lamar for whatever reason, right? You know they can't stand us being excellent. Anytime we're being excellent, they got to come up with some fake reason. There's this whole movement right now of people throughout the diaspora, and they're all upset at Kendrick Lamar. You know, it's that first guy. He was talking about well, you know, I didn't think Kendrick's performance was good because we ain't no we. Let it be known. There ain't no we. There's you, there's them, there's they. And it's proven that they not like us. We represent who the hell we are. You represent bamboo sticks across the top of your forehead. We don't want none of that energy. So they've been out here trying to use the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance as a means to get in with the dominant side family. You're about to see the most catering to the dominant society you've ever seen. You thought Tethers were bad before. You thought Tethers really wanted to be in with Karen and Chad and Brad. You ain't seen nothing. You're about to see the Tether that ain't getting foreign aid no more. Yeah, these Tethers, they didn't get a box of chocolates on Valentine's Day. They didn't get one. So now you're going to see Tethers getting extra desperate. They was already desperate anyway because they're fleers. And you look up desperation in the dictionary, you're going to see Mr. Mutombo, all right? And right behind him, you're going to see Mr. Pedro. But either way, now they're realizing there's a bunch of Tether heartbreak, all right? Because they can't get that money no more. So they're going out the way to say, let's get mad at Kendrick. Notice, y'all, all of the dominant society, you had all the Mayos had a meltdown about Kendrick. The people who had a meltdown right behind them was the Tethers, right? Everywhere you go, you're going to see Mayo, you're going to see a Tether. They just follow them around. That's all they do, y'all. They follow them around like a lapdog. That's exactly what they do. So now they're saying, well, if Mayo is having a breakdown and they're upset at Kendrick, let me be upset at Kendrick because maybe Mayo will befriend me. They're doing a lot of please love me, massa. That's what's going on right now. I'm telling you, you got to go inside the mind of these Tethers. This is what it is. They already got cut off from our reparations. They know that ain't happening. They can't sit on our panels. They know that ain't happening. They can't get our money. They know that's not happening. They can't walk like us. They know that ain't happening. They got cut off for U.S. aid. That ain't happening no more. They have nothing left but desperation. And so desperate. And by the way, y'all see this right here. Let's go ahead and confirm this. Y'all see right there, the Congo is high on U.S. aid, right? There go to Congo. The Congo said they want some of that USA money, and they got cut off from it. Well,
a lot of people
something. Now they out here blaming Kendrick Lamar because he couldn't stop a war in Africa. If you think I'm lying or you think I'm playing, I'm not. This right here says if you're about to Congo, they don't even know how to write it. I'm not surprised at that either. Okay, they don't know how to not flee either, right? Boycott Kendrick Lamar. People are asking, watch this, y'all. The Tethers are blaming Kendrick Lamar for the war with Congo and Rwanda. I ain't lying. Tethers are blaming Kendrick Lamar because he can't stop an African continent conflict. When you thought Tethers had already crashed out, family, they saved you a little bit more.
is asking themselves why Congo was not added in the flag when Gaza and Sudan was adding that flag. You have to understand, like, Kendrick Lamar is one of the problems Congo have, because Kendrick Lamar has been promoting Rwanda's country for years and years and years. Rwanda used some artists to clean their image as a genocidal country. They used certain artists to clean their image. And one of these artists, one of the first artists they've been using for years, is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is an awful person who supports the genocide of indigenous people and children. I don't know, a lot of people is so surprised of that. Kendrick Lamar is not that good person how you guys think. Okay, he knows perfectly fine what the Rwanda is doing inside of Congo, but he doesn't care. And he knows because for many years he's been cleaning the image of Rwanda. A lot of activists, a lot of people.
He's been claiming the image of Rwanda. That man from Compton. He ain't from Rwanda. Wait, what? Compton is not in Rwanda. She said this man is out here claiming the image of Rwanda. This is what I'm saying, y'all. They make up things that we don't even know about. The black Brits are out here thinking there's some type of battle between us. No, it's you hating on us and us not knowing who the hell you are. It ain't got nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar in the Congo or Rwanda. No, it's got everything to do with who the hell are you, Miss Fufu? I'm telling you, these people wake up every single day, every single second, and we live in their brains rent free, y'all. She's literally right here trying to dump a conflict in Africa onto a rapper. And here's another thing. How come you didn't bring this up before the Super Bowl? Is it a problem now? Miss Fufu done lost her damn mind.
Doesn't care, and he knows because for many years he's been cleaning the image of Rwanda. A lot of activists, a lot of people, they've been saying to him to stop doing that, but he never did. So he doesn't care because he just cares about money and all these things, because of course they pay him a lot of money. So don't trust all these artists. No one is good. No artist is good. All of them are awful people, and Kendrick Lamar is an awful people who support the genocide of the children and the Indigenous people. So no, Kendrick Lamar is not good. He's an
Oh, there go them eyes bucking. Y'all knew it was coming. Family, is it just me? Or is there ain't nothing worse than the tether bucking? Damn, I thought domestic eye bucking was bad. These tethers bucking their eyes is a whole nother situation. They be setting a record. They eyeballs be stretching, family. How in the hell is that even possible? Them tether eyes buck, that just be stretching down the block and around the corner. You knew it was coming. So according to her, he knew, Kendrick, about everything. People were telling him, Kendrick, don't support them now. What you doing, Kendrick? You wrong for doing what you doing. Do not go over there. And Kendrick said, I don't give a damn. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to help them people. And she's trying to drag them in. And listen to this, fam. Notice how she keeps going out of her way to say a genocide. She's basically snitching, all right? She's basically saying, oh, yeah, because, all them people were harmed out there and Kendrick did it. Oh, and then also on top of that, all of the children who were hurt because of Kendrick. She's out here really trying to get this man caught up. This is what we be saying, family. This is how crazy these people are. It wasn't just all the illegals last weekend that was trying to get FBA on board with their little situation. Now you see these people trying to get us on board with their situation. Every single content that you see is somebody talking about FBA. Every single tether that you see is trying to get FBA involved. Family, they want us to get involved what's going on in Mexico. They want us to get involved what's going on in Rwanda. I be damned.
Awful person, honestly. He's been supporting genocide for the longest time. I think was one of the first artists in Rwanda took to clean their image. So imagine that. He's been around for a long, long time, and he knows perfectly fine what Rwanda is doing inside of the Congo. So no, Kendrick Lamar, stop supporting Kendrick Lamar because he's an awful human being, honestly.
He's an awful human being. Boycott Kendrick. I be damned. Boy, they some haters, boy. Woo! Boy, them tethers be hating. Them tethers be hating crazy. They be just making stuff up. Yeah, the tether whisperer. You ain't lying. Do not support Kendrick Lamar because in Rwanda, they are bad and he's bad and they're all bad and Congo needs your help. But if you do not help us, then you are bad. So Kendrick Lamar needs to be boycotted. And so as all of FBA. Just say it, all right? You want Karen to see that video and to write you and say, you're such a nice little Miss Fufu. I'm going to have you come on over. I'm going to send you a ticket so you can fly to America and you can be our in-house maid. This is what it's about, y'all. A lot of these tethers are out here and they are trying to get a job. They're trying to get tethered up, all right? These tethers are trying to get wifed up. I'm telling y'all, these tethers are out here doing a tap dance so they can perhaps get a good job so they can audition and be an in-house maid. And that goes for the men too. The men want to be in-house maids as well. Because that's the top echelon for a tether. Boy, when the tether gets to that top stage and the tether feels that they can go ahead and be an in-house maid for the dominant society, oh, life is good for them. Life is real good. So you're seeing a lot of auditioning out here in these streets, man. A lot of auditioning. A lot of these tethers is trying to get wifed up by the dominant society. A lot of these tethers is trying to get plugged in from the dominant society. And what they really want deep down inside is for them to come on over here and get a ticket so they can come live the life of luxury over here in the United States of America, and they can enjoy all the fruits of the labor that FBA created. But let me tell you the problem that they have, y'all. Let me show you this. And this ain't no lie. This ain't no cap. This is all solid. Check this out. This is what's currently going on right now. Look at Africa and Eurasia at night. They say, sad reality, we have the Congo. Here goes Congo. You worried about Kendrick. You need to worry about why in Africa, when they do the satellite pictures, they ain't got no goddamn lights. Look at how the dominant society's areas is lit up, shining. I know I got a couple light bulbs in my house. Okay, I'm good over here. I'm super good. But if y'all look right there, look at the way the light is in Africa. So how are you living in the dark, literally? Okay, so when we say the Stone Age, y'all, I mean, damn, let's keep it $1.50 and a half. This is how you living in the Congo, but you're worried about Kendrick Lamar and Compton. How are you in the Congo, but you worried about Compton? It don't make no sense, and ain't nobody believing you, Miss Fufu. You's gonna have to try again, because that ain't working. Get your light game up, okay? Go ahead and get you some lights in that village. I'm sure you can go ahead. I know Akon, wasn't Akon supposed to light up? Where Akon City at, by the way? I'm still waiting on Akon City. Akon City's supposed to have been here. Akon, where you at right now? Your people need you. Didn't you get a line of credit from all the Asians? Yeah, you got a line of credit from the Asians. Look like you need to go ahead and light up your continent, bruh. Your continent is out here making content about foundational Black Americans, but in reality, y'all ain't got no damn lights. It ain't good in your hood. Never, not at all. I mean, are we lying? Are we lying, fam? A lot of these people been out here. So you seen a bunch of tethers, and it was the main ones. They was the main ones out here really tripping on FBA. They was the ones really using Kendrick Lamar's performance so they could ride the coattails of the dominant society. And then they could say, well, we feel the same exact way now. This is how it is. They don't like the fact that foundational Black Americans are standing on super business, y'all. That's what they don't like. They don't like it. They never liked it. This is just something that they cannot stand. You know, you got a lot of them been running around. Matter of fact, did y'all see Michael Blackson? Ain't that his name? Ain't that the dude's name? Okay, Michael Blackson or whoever, the comedian dude who I don't think is funny. Y'all seen him. He was one of the main ones coming out saying he didn't think Kendrick Lamar's performance was good. How come it was always the tethers? You always seen the tethers, family. It started off with MAGA, and then you blink, and the next day, all the damn tethers. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and by Monday, all the tethers with no lights on, no electricity in the whole continent. We just showed y'all. And then out of nowhere, they start hating. Check this out. Remember he was out here hating? Y'all remember that, right? We seen it. He was out here saying that he didn't like Kendrick Lamar's performance and it wasn't any good. We all seen that. Check this out. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show left Michael Blackson underwhelmed. Like, who asked him, right? Who woke up and gave a damn and said, you know what? I wonder what Michael Blackson thinks about this. You need to worry about why Cat Williams been roasting your ass. That's what you need to worry about, homeboy. But Tether karma always seems to strike, y'all. Tether karma always. Oh, he got a Becky too? Damn, I didn't even know that. Wow. Damn. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Super Tether. You ain't lying. Yes. Well, check this out. What did you say? You forgot he even existed. I'm telling you, we don't know who these people are. I'll be like, damn, that Tether's still alive? Damn. I thought he was gone a long time ago. I thought he was gone in 1992. Damn, this is how minimal these people are. But let me tell y'all something that ended up happening. On your way to hating on FBA, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Ghana robbed me and a lot of other people that trusted them enough to invest in that country. Michael Blackson calls out the government of Ghana with his eyes tether bucking. Wait a minute. You're tether number 3,036 this week alone? That's been worried about FBA when you got problems in your homeland? Damn! How you find time to talk about Kendrick? How you find time to talk about FBA? Where do you find time for all of this hating? It ain't like you got anything to do. So he done got him some Tether karma. And that Tether karma came crashing down on dude. Yeah, newsflash. Keep your mouth closed about FBA because you might go from I didn't like Kendrick to I don't like my own country. But family, y'all know this is the Black Alpha Network. We wouldn't be right if we didn't have the receipts though. Check the receipts out. He went on a whole tirade on Twitter. Y'all ready for this? Yeah, this man is going to war with his country. Remember, they told us it was the year of the return. It looks like the year of leaving. For Michael Blackstone, they told us it was the year of the turn to go get citizenship. Wasn't Dr. Kubar Vasquez over there saying how he's got citizenship? Well, it seems like all the natural citizens want to denounce their citizenship and leave. Watch this. I have no plans on opening up a nonprofit because I hate asking for anything, but Ghana took the $1 million I invested to use to pay for the life of the school. Damn. Oh, we cooking. Smash that like button right now. We in here. This is what it is? Wait a minute. I thought it was the year of the return. I thought this was going over there. Dr. Kubar said he building a school. This is what he said. And it looked like Michael Blackson, they done juked his ass out of money. More. If it wasn't for the love and passion I have for the unprivileged youth of Ghana, I would just hand my school to the people and walk away. But I can't. I'll have to work a little longer than expected to help those kids. Check. We ain't done. Ghana is a great, peaceful, fun place to visit. Just be careful when it comes to any business moves. Wait a minute. They told us that the business was good. They told us we need to go ahead, leave our family behind because in Ghana, the money goes longer. You can take $2 in Ghana and be rich. You can build your whole life in Ghana. What's better than FBA? Way better. Doesn't look like this. Why are you telling us a different story than what Dr. Kubar was saying? He said, when I was wiring the money from the States, my financial advisor advised me not to. Whoa, freeze. Let me stop that. Disclaimer, sidebar. Your financial advisor told you don't even do it. How come we got these scam Africans telling us to send money over there? Kubar, Akon. Listen to this, y'all. This is coming from the Africans talking about Africa, and they are out there scamming each other. We already know. Now the whole world knows. Proceed. He said, advise me not to, but I had the confidence in my motherland, and they proved me wrong. Damn. They tell us that that's our motherland, and we need to go back to the mother. But what we know is that mother needs to get their kids taken because it's the worst damn mother on the planet. Because apparently the kids, Tether, they don't feel that the motherland is doing too good for them because our motherland is right here. Proceed. Oh, no, he wasn't done, y'all. He put out about 11 tweets, and we're going to read them all. Ghana has set me back financially, and I'll never forgive them for this. Damn. I even hit up the big guys that make the decisions in Ghana, and they told me they sorry. Sorry for taking hardworking people money and paying for your debt in China. Damn. It done got even more real, y'all. Damn. The embarrassing done got even worse. How far does this rabbit hole go? Or how far does this zebra hole go? I be damned. Did we not already hear about China, about taking money, about don't invest? These are all the things that they try to set us up for the trap. These are all the things they tell us don't exist. Wait a minute now. It looks like FBA was right again. Damn, we always right. This man said he tried to talk to the big people in China, the big people in Ghana. Big people in Ghana said, damn you, I got some debt in China. FBA said all that. Ghana, favorite word when they do wrong is I'm sorry. Y'all going to be sorry you did me wrong. Woo! He Tether mad, y'all. Woo! You see the Tether steaming now. He mad. He going full damn Joloff angry. He Joloff angry, y'all. Let's see what else he said, because he wasn't done. Check this out. The world can't allow these people to do this and get away with it. That's got to be some kind of consequences. What do you mean the world? You see, now he's asking for the world again. Here y'all go. Big surprise. Big shock. Africa's asking people from outside of Africa to help them with Africa problems. And you want FBA to come over there? You want FBA to invest? Every time somebody in Africa got a damn problem, they start saying, Russia, help me. Trump, US aid, help me. FBA, help me. They are the most non-self-sufficient people out here. What you mean the world can't allow them to let them get away with it? If FBA got a problem, which we do and we handle, we don't ask for nobody. Y'all see the difference in energy again? Y'all see the difference in energy again. The world can't let Ghana get away with it. Damn. Now that Ghana has taken the money I invested in my school, I have to feed the kids Jollof. I ain't lying. Family, go ahead and laugh at that one because I'm not lying. The man said he gonna have to feed the kids Jollof. He said he got to feed the kids Jollof now. So you done heard Chinese debt. You done heard world come help me. You done heard financial advisor told me not to. And now you done heard Jollof. So when they get mad at FBA, they can't really get too mad because it's every single thing that they say about their damn self. Shall we proceed? Yes, indeed. Check this one out. Y'all ready for this one? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now I understand why Trump calls some of these third world countries a shithole country. Taking advantage of your people is a whole move. Damn. Remember when they was like, damn Trump, beep, beep, beep. He said his whole country to everybody in Africa. Now that's wrong. He's a supremacist. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that, right? Remember when they was trying to get FBA involved? We was like, Trump ain't never said nothing anti-FBA. But wait a minute now. Trump said S-whole country to everybody in Africa. We said, well, he didn't say that about FBA. Well, Africa, we all black now. Ain't y'all supposed to put on the capes? Y'all remember that right there? Yeah, I remember that. We all remember that. Let's go there. Remember, they was trying to get us to put on the jacket for Africans based on what Trump said about Africa. We from America. We certified foundational Black American freedmen. When he started talking about an S-whole country, he's not talking about our country. No, because our country is his country. He was talking about Africa. And remember, the Democrats are trying to get us to put that cape on. The Democrats are like, I know y'all not going to let him talk about Africa that way. He was talking about all black people. Remember that, y'all. Remember they was trying to all Africa, all black people when Trump said that? And we was like, hell no. They couldn't get FBA behind that. They couldn't get FBA behind that. We weren't sitting there throwing on the capes and saying what he said about Africa, he meant about us. You notice that, fam? What he said about Africa's countries, he's really talking about FBA. Nope, nope. That was a Trump in Africa problem. So Trump in Africa can handle it. We stayed out of that. And now apparently Michael Blackson, he feels the same exact way. Now he's sitting there saying the same exact thing that Donald Trump said. So look at it, y'all. He's talking about Ghana will not help him because they say, I'm sorry, I'm in debt to China. His financial advisor said, hell no, do not invest over there. They straight up juked him, took his money and his school, sent him back financially. And he said, this is an S-hole country. And he quoted Donald Trump. FBA ain't on that. Foundational Black Americans, we made the wise, very intelligent decision. We said we're going to stay right here in our homeland, okay, because we are as American can be. And all of those scam Africans go back to Africa. That's y'all problem. And apparently it's people who are from Africa's problem. So if people from Africa got them problems, then what it look like from people who ain't from Africa? Not too good. But guess what? We'll never know because we not going. He wasn't done, no, family. No, he wasn't. He proceeded. He said how it took money that he invested in the school, so now he might have to do a GoFundMe. They got this man out here doing GoFundMes. This is Go Tether Me. He done had to go do a Go Tether Me. You see what's happening, y'all? Ghana robbed me and a lot of other people that trusted them enough to invest in that country. Damn. So glad my brothers and sisters did not go for that one. So glad my brothers and sisters sat that one out. He said, enough of my anger towards Ghana. Okay, he said, Ghana, if we want to be respected like other great countries of the world, we have to do better. So now he's going all the way down the list and he's talking about all the things that they need to get together. And it just so happens to be all the things that foundational Black Americans called from the jump. When I say we're always right, we're always right. When I say foundational Black Americans are not easily hustled, scammed, played, we are not easily hustled, scammed, or played. But apparently they are. So family, that right there is scam Africanism. Because remember, everything he's dealing with is every single thing that they wanted us to deal with. That's it. But he's from there. He's from there. He speaks the language, the lingo, know everybody. So we sat that one out. Hell no. That right there was in the middle. That right there was confirmation. That right there was a receipt on exactly why we say scam Africanism is exactly that, a scam. And why we said hell no. And why we said we ain't going over there. That part right there took the man money, just juked him in front of everybody. They just ran up on him. They robbed dude without a mask. And FBA, we over here watching. It's good to sit back and watch all of the diaspora troubles from right here on your couch in America. And by the way, the couch that you have in America is in a country that you built. So damn, we went all the way. Fam, speaking of them people talking, check this out. This is what was going on. Oh, we're going to have some real receipts and we're going to speak the truth. Everybody want to come at us with some type of phony lie. We're going to sit here and we're going to put down the real facts. This is what was going on as they were trying to get FBA involved in that whole situation that was going on over there. This is why FBA sat out. This is the difference between us and them. We're not putting on no case for Ghana, Congo, Rwanda, none of that.
Was it the only highlight? Only is very crazy. The only highlight from the Super Bowl, not the fact that Kendrick came out and he's from Compton talking about the Black American struggle in America, and someone decided to take the time that is given for Black Americans to express how they have been going through something in America. Someone else internationally decided to take that time away from us, and that's the only highlight. Because their genocide is more important than our genocides in the state, right? Because we have to play the importance difference. I don't need to do that. I can see equally that all these genocides going on, no matter if it's Palestinian, Black American, Indigenous Americans, Congo, they're all important. But right now I can only focus on what I can focus on, and what I can focus on is the Black Americans. That's where my heart is right now, because that's the only people I can truly go put hands on and talk to and touch and see face to face. I can't go to Congo. Can't even hop on a plane to get the fuck up out of here. Okay, explain this to me.
You can't go to the Congo because they don't want you. You can't go to Rwanda because they don't want you. Only thing you can do as a certified foundational Black American is handle certified foundational Black American business. So we don't want to hear about whatever you complaining about, whatever you sad about, or whatever issues you got this week. Because remember this, y'all. You go ahead out there and you get involved in their trouble, and it's all going to come down to you. So, fam, think about that again. Every week is somebody different. It's always somebody across the planet that wants foundational Black Americans to get involved in their problems. And remember, y'all, we don't never benefit from none of that. And the Africans, see, what they want to do, they always want to put that cape on, and they want to play the friend card. All right? Remember, it was all go home Makata. Then we start talking about reparations, and then that turned into we all brothers. It turned real quick. See, these other groups understand that they can't get nothing on their own, so they need foundational Black Americans to come in the system. They know. You don't have to wonder why we sit here and talk about how exceptional we are. Apparently, the world feels we're exceptional because they always need us to assist them. It don't matter what it is, politically, socially, economically, they always need FBA's assistance. So that right there is letting you know that they feel exactly how we are, exceptional. Because if not, you wouldn't ask. Nobody runs around and asks a bunch of people who can't get their act together their help. Nobody runs around and asks a bunch of people who can't get it off, off the ground or out the mud for help. They only come to us because we're that solid, we're that certified. So on one hand, they say, FBA, y'all out here on the hate group. FBA, y'all so basically arrogant. And then the next minute, they turn around and say, FBA, y'all come help us. Which one's it going to be? But speaking of that and how much help they be needing, this is why people are calling it out like we've been, because you go over there and you're going to see that it's all one big cash grab.
You're charging US dollars in Ghana. Why? Like, this is not making any sense to me. And I'm just here trying to make it make sense. There are landlords and builders that are here trying to rent property and sell property using US dollars. Please explain to me, what average Ghanaian can afford to live on a US economy in Ghana? I'll wait. Like, it's just straight stupidness. And for all the foreigners that's traveling into Ghana supporting this BS, y'all need jacks whooped. Because it just don't make no sense. Can we go to the US and charge your CDs? I'll wait. There is no way I am ever about to pay US dollars for nothing in Ghana.
Oh, I'm going to tell you why they want that. She acting brand new. Let me tell you. You know the reason why she doing that, y'all? Let me tell you. The reason why, because they want your US money. The reason why they making you pay in US dollars is because that's the only reason they wanted your ass over there in the first place. See, you can't hustle some hustlers. You can't get over on us. That may work on people who fall for it. Hell no. The reason why they are saying we want American dollars you got to pay with is because that's the only reason they wanted you to come over here. We already showed you. All that cash grab is this. It's like, I'm be honest with you, y'all. Tethers are like, you ever see them damn horror movies? All right. And it's like a haunted house. And they asking people, come on inside. Come on in. You can use my phone. Let's make a phone call. Come in. Ain't that what they be doing? They be getting real spooky. All right. You got some real spooky, diabolical tethers. Tethers are always trying to get FBA to come on in, my friend. I have it all waiting for you. You want phone call? I have. You want Jollof? We have. Just upstairs. No. That way. 2 houses down. Yes, that room. They always trying to get FBA over there, and they're always trying to steal, and they're coming up with all of these real crazy, outrageous, outlandish things. Yeah, exactly. Good one. They like zombies, y'all. They like, damn, I like that one. That's a good one. They're like these tether zombies, and they always want FBA to come over. They always want to say, you can come to my house. That room right there, there's a room for you upstairs. That's why when we say this right here, are we lying? Are we lying? Family, these people are out there doing anything, saying things that we know damn well ain't true. Damn well, you could come over here and build a home. It is a nice home. You can build it. You can have it. It will be all yours for free. Nothing for charge. Hell no. Hell no, hell no, hell no. It's like Night of the Living Tether. It's Nightmare on Tether Street. Hell no. It's a haunted house of tethers. That's all it is. Hell no. These people are out here really, really trying to get FBA on board. I'm telling y'all, they watching. Them tethers out there sneaking, y'all. They out there popping through the windows, trying to look, trying to see what's going on. They want foundational Black American money any damn way they can get it. And we're not on that time, and we're not falling for it. And speaking about people who always want foundational Black American money and have no reason why, the main person who's always trying to get FBA to go back to Africa, where we never been, the main person talking about getting citizenship over there. Did y'all see Dr. Kubar Vasquez the other day go off on somebody? Because somebody said, hey, man, where the school at, bro? And just like somebody who's scamming, he goes into a whole tirade about the individual. The guy said, bro, your school ain't started, and I started donating when I was 12. Kubar didn't take too good to that.
The school ain't open yet. You was 12 years old. No problem. Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. He said the school still ain't open. He was 12 years old. I see you, little crusty ninja. Why don't you shave that crust stash off the top of your lip too, little ninja? Shave that crust stash off the top of your lip, little ninja. Little crusty ass ninja. Talking about he was 12. Your whole family been through public school. Y'all ain't have a problem with it. Shut up. Always trying to go to war with King Kong. Little crusty ninja. Ogun, cut a path. Somebody said, why Delaware? Another dumbass question. Because we found a school here. That's why Delaware. You little crusty. Shave that crust stash off your lip, homie. Stop dyeing your hair extra black. That hairline ain't coming back, ninja.
Damn. I'm saying, though, you getting real upset, real hurt, and in your feelings, bro, when people are questioning that school. I mean, 15 years. Do y'all understand that Dr. Umar, he done literally started building for this school, and kids now are going into high school? They're in high school. He done got high school students and still ain't did it. But you're the main one sitting there trying to get people to go over there, and you're the main one trying to get people to put up their money. Notice that all the scam Africans, they don't never tell you about the horror stories. Notice that. Never trust somebody who always tells you this glamorized version of anything. Because like everything in life, there's a yin and a yang. FBA, talk about us, y'all. We sit here and we talk about how we are certified foundational Black Americans, but guess what? We talk about things we go through in America, and then we talk about what we accomplish in America, but we give it to you real. Because we can give it to you real. We can talk about the bad and the good, because either way, we're going to come out on top. We persevere. That's us. In Africa, they always got to sell you a glamorized story because they don't really have anything good to talk about. That's what it is. If you want to talk about society and you want to talk about generationally, what have they done generationally? Why? What have they done? You have a generation after generation after generation of a bunch of bad things, a bunch of things that ain't turned out good. And quite frankly, the people there are running and hopping. You can't find nothing. That's why these people are so desperate and there's so much trying to get FBA involved, is because quite frankly, they want to steal a piece of our thunder. They want to steal a piece of our game. They want to steal a piece of what we've done, and they can't have it. And once you can't have something, like we've been saying, a mom get told no, that's when they start tripping. And speaking of people trying to get things from FBA, and how they've been trying to steal FBA existence, steal FBA culture, steal our phenomenon. Do y'all know the whole who created hip hop thing done did a whole goddamn circle around? Y'all know that? Remember at first it was simply just hip hop was created by foundational Black Americans. And then the Puerto Ricans showed up. And then the Jamaicans showed up. And then just like everything, the Africans showed up. Think about that, y'all. All of the places in the diaspora all stake claim to FBA's hip-hop culture. But notice they don't ever argue with each other. Think about that. If the Jamaicans say that they created hip-hop and the Puerto Ricans said that they created hip-hop, how come they don't argue with each other? How come? You notice they only want to argue when we say we're the creators. You feel me? This lets you know that we are the creators and we are the ones who captivated and cultivated all of this, because they don't argue with each other. A Jamaican to say we started it, a Puerto Rican to say he started it. And they will jump around each other and start dissing us. You feel me? Do y'all know they literally are out here trying to run that game? This is how scamming, fam. Remember, scamming politically, scamming socially, scamming with reparations, even scamming with schools, and even scamming with music. That's how bad it is. Check this out right here, y'all. This right now, good grief. They done came out now out of nowhere. I told y'all, you're going to see a bunch of desperate tethers now that U.S. aid has got cut off. Everything affects everything. Now you're seeing the tethers come out here and they're going down because the tethers know they got about 2 minutes left. And they said, if we're going to go down trying to impress Karen and Ken, so maybe we can get some of that money back. Watch this.
Rap music is from South Africa, not New York City. It's from the Nrota community in South Africa. Now, the name of the performance or the person who does this is called Mbongi, which means a praise poet. It started from the 18th century. Now, the role of the Mbongi is that they arrive before the king during ceremonial events and deliver praise poetry using rhymes, metaphors, and similes whilst the king walks in and sit down. These people could also communicate with ancestors using the same Mbongi. Now, as time went on, it became more than a praise poetry. They could use it to criticize community problems and anything that was trending in the community. They would use all sorts of suggestive languages and even outrageous statements that a normal Nrota man could not use. So it became something that the people resorted to just because you could speak your mind and go scot-free. It only came to the New York in the 1970s where the DJs would do the same thing, doing block.
Did this man just say that hip-hop was started in South Africa and they took hip-hop, created it in South Africa, and then flew to America in the 1970s and taught us? I'll be damned. Hip-hop was created by Mbango. Mbango created it in his village. He used 2 pieces of sticks and he beat on a bunch of feathers that he stole from a goose. Once he got it from a goose, they got loose. I have the proof. If he don't get the hell up out of here with that one.
Rap music is from South Africa, not New York City. It's from the Nrota community in South Africa. Now, the name of the performance or the person who does this is called Mbongi, which means a praise poet. It started from the 18th century. Now, the role of the Mbongi is that they arrive before the king during ceremonial events and deliver praise poetry using rhymes, metaphors, and similes whilst the king walks in and sit down. These people could also communicate with ancestors using the same Mbongi. Now, as time went on, it became more than a praise poetry. They could use it to criticize community problems and anything that was trending in the community. They would use all sorts of suggestive languages and even outrageous statements that...
If they don't stop, they said, and then we found out that's true. What we are going to do, tell them now, when we know, foo-foo, we are in here. Jollof, they doing ad-libs in the back. They doing tether ad-libs, y'all. Hell no. Hell no. He go.
In South Africa. Now, the name of the performance or the
Jollof,
person who does this is called Mbongi, which means
bamboo.
Means a praise poet. It started from the...
Get the hell up out of here. Man, if you don't get out of here with that one. Get the hell up out of here. That man just making it up, ain't he? He just make it up as he goes on. He don't even believe himself. You know what I'm saying? He don't believe himself. He know damn well he lying. He know damn well he lying. And this is what they doing, y'all. These people, let's be real. Let's be real. Can we go there? They've been roasted so bad about the Jamaicans and about the Puerto Ricans that now they're trying to spin back around and put it on the Africans, y'all. That's what this is about. That's what this is, y'all. They know that we have canceled out all of that nonsense that they were trying to run when it came with the Jamaicans and the Caribbean thing. That's done for. They can't even come around. So now they're saying, well, somebody got to have it other than FBA, okay? We got to come up with somebody. We don't know who. We can't figure it out, but we'll come up with somebody. How about this? How about we say the Africans did it in South Africa? And by the way, they don't even run South Africa. This is what it is. They got G-checked so bad that they had to come back around and come up with something different. That's what they did. And y'all, how do you know what I'm saying is true? And how do you know that we have demolished the whole Caribbean thing and now they're trying to put it off on Africa? Y'all know Busta Rhymes done showed up talking about it now. Remember Busta saying, the culture comes from, Jamaica. That's our shit. Remember that, right? Okay. All right. In between Busta Rhymes running around here with nipple earrings, Busta Rhymes now is running around here trying to spin it on Africa. I see more desperation, family. More desperation.
Is a culture that has been born based on it being attributed to the origin, which is Africa. The origin. That's right. And attributed to the origin, which is Africa. To the origin, which is Africa.
Wait a minute. You said it was Jamaica. You said it was Jamaica. Flab Joe said it was Puerto Rico. Now they want to say Africa. You know FBA whooped these dudes so damn bad that they done had to go to another continent to come up with the lie. They couldn't even keep their lie out here in the Western Hemisphere. They had to go way over to Africa and say the origin. Nah, that ain't what you were saying, Busta, without the rhymes. I know FBA roasted you, embarrassed you. I know your career is in the trash can. I'm talking about defeated. I'm talking about demolished, destroyed, canceled. His career is terrible. Family, y'all know the people who said, what's that song? Who Let the Dogs Out? They got a better career right now than Busta Rhymes. You out here getting outdone by the Who Let the Dogs Out guys. I know you ain't talking, Busta. So he had to go over there and he's trying to run with that. Out of nowhere, they start trying to take it back to Africa.
Attributed to the origin, which is Africa. The origin. That's right. All right, so now.
How about the rhythm?
When I say
the flow,
my flows with the way I spit, put your hands where my eyes can see. Hit you with no delay. So what you singing, yo? Silly with the 9 milli with the dilly, yo. So that's on a rhythm level, right? It's Africa rhythm.
You said it was Jamaica last year. Get your lies together, Tether. Get your lies together, Tether. Do better, Tether. Whatever, Tether. These folks is out here just making stuff up like the cameras weren't rolling.
All right, let's take it further. When you do a bongo.
What the heck, family? What the hell he doing? Busta out here embarrassing. I ain't got no fucking career. Get the hell up out of here.
That's all Africa. Wow. It's not America.
I can't take it.
It is what it is.
Freeze. He said it's all Africa. It's not America. Why didn't you say it's not Jamaica? Why didn't you say it's not Puerto Rico? Y'all see all the gaps in between his lies? Now he's saying that's all Africa, not America. He should have said it's not Jamaica because according to him last year, this all started from Jamaica.
Wow. It's not America.
I can't take it.
It is what it is. Hit you with no delay. What you singing, yo?
Let him know.
What the hell is he about? Busta, stop while you still can, bro. The buka. That's not a good look.
Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
I'm taking it always back to the origin. So I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to dispute.
No, he's talking to us, y'all. I'm not here to argue and dispute. Because you know got whooped. Look at his face, y'all. See, a couple years ago, he was out here talking real quick. Do y'all see that same energy from Busta? All I see is the booka, do. He trying to talk around FBA. Now he in here talking, he calmed all that. He done brought that down several notches. All of that talking with his chest out. Since our brothers and sisters ran him out of Louisiana, he ain't been the same Busta Rhymes. It's Bushmeat Rhymes. He done turned into Bushmeat Rhymes, y'all. I want y'all to see. You see what FBA be doing to these people? We're turning from Busta Rhymes to Bushmeat Rhymes real quick.
The truth, y'all could invest your time and waste it trying to dispute the truth. Can't change the truth. Only lies change.
Man, Busta done got served so damn bad. He's so not confident. He don't know what he talking about. Don't know where he at. He a broken man. That's what we be doing right here to these tethers, family. All right, so keep on the buka. If that's all you got, his example was doing the buka. That's what it was. You done buka the bushmeat, and that's why you are all the way crashed out. Now, family, I heard that some phone calls was made, and ICE done got a hold of Busta, and this is why he's talking the way he is. I heard that Busta Rhymes has been facing deportation, and I heard that it's about to be back to Jamaica for Busta Rhymes. I heard Busta done got busted by Tom Homan, and he on his way, first thing smoking, back to Jamaica. So, Busta, I understand that you thought you was going to abuka the buka with your way out. I thought that you knew better. Apparently, you didn't. And now you found out the hard way that you cannot get around foundational Black American certified Black society no matter how much you try, no matter how much you lie. FBA is on one right now, y'all. I take that as a feather in the cap, y'all. That ain't nothing but FBA winning again. We done turned this man into Bushmeat Rhymes. Family, you know how powerful we are when you done broke this man down to the point where he's up in here talking about some abuka de buka. He done bushmeated himself back to Jamaica. Sorry, homeboy. Gotta go. So, this is what they've been saying, family, and we all know what it is. This is more scam African, fam. We done went through every element of life. We ain't even just talking about society, fam. We talking about nature. They be scamming. All right. We talking about economics, education. They be scamming. They be stealing schools from each other. All types of crazy things they be doing, y'all. All types of crazy things. But I'm going to tell y'all something right here. Check this out. This is the realest thing you ever going to see, family. Everybody talks about the origins of hip-hop and they be lying, okay? Because what we do, fam, there's nothing better than putting receipts on the table. But here's the thing. I'll go get receipts from they people, all right? We sat here and we told everybody that scam Africanisms and Ghana and all that. And then Michael Blackson or whatever the hell his name is, he out here saying what we said. Dr. Kubar tells a story, and then we got stories from the people who are there. We put receipts on the table from their own people. So when they sit here and they talk about hip hop and they talk about Africa and they try to spin it around, all that is desperation, and all that is a crash out, right? But I'm gonna show y'all right now. Africans have been telling everybody for the longest amount of time that they got hip hop from guess where? Okay, all that stuff about Africa started hip hop. That's not what people are saying in Africa. In Africa, they out here saying that they got hip hop from France, from the W man. I ain't lying. Oh, see, we don't have to listen to Bushmeat Rhymes. All right, or Ozempic Joe. We ain't got to listen to none of them. No. Because they people going to say what we say. See, when you foundational Black Americans, not only do we say it, but apparently the world says it. Look at this right here, y'all. Hip-hop in Africa and how they got their introduction. And let me tell you how they got their introduction, y'all. They got their introduction from Europe, not because they created it. And if they don't believe us, we'll let Africans say it for their damn self. But the receipts are heavy with this one. When we say we got the facts, when we say we got the proof, watch the way it all unfolds.
Way to Africa through France, where there was a DJ Sydney who always used to play. So hip hop made its way to Africa through France, where there was a DJ Sydney who always used to play hip hop on his radio show. And this radio show later evolved into a TV show called Hip Hop, which was the first national TV show about hip hop and also the first French TV show to be hosted by a black man. In case you're wondering what France has to do with this, remember almost half of all African countries are French speaking. So when these Africans heard that there was an African hosting a French television show, they were so excited. And then the African migrants in France started dubbing these radio and TV shows onto cassettes. And a similar thing was also happening in New York. So the migrants from France and from New York started siphoning their cassettes with these TV and radio shows to Africa. So this means hip hop entered Africa through Senegal, because Senegal is the sub-Saharan African country that's closest to France and also closest to New York. So hip hop started spreading slowly in Africa and was met with some resistance, because the most important aspects of hip hop, which are the lyrics, the flow, and the overall message, are things that could only be understood by the few privileged high school and college level people. But artists knew the impact that hip hop had, so they started substituting the English lyrics with African languages, as well as making a documentary about hip hop in South Africa. And this helped spread hip hop across Africa. And in a weird way, the popularity of Michael Jackson caused an interest in dancing, which also increased the interest in hip hop.
Oh, see? So now they went to France, and now they're trying to spin it back around and say Michael Jackson. You see, fam, they be trying to duck, hide, and run from this certified foundational Black American energy. Just come out and say it, foo-foo. Just keep it a buck. You know what time it is. We know what time it is. FBA runs everything, and they just run their mouth. I can't see that no more. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm not trying to sit here and hear anybody talk about, eventually they're going to say, hip-hop really came from the stars. Okay, there were Martians who came down and they had a turntable and a microphone. Microphone really means Jupiter's moon. In the Dogon tribe of Mali, they're the ones who solved all of this. Anything other than trying to give the credit to foundational Black Americans. So, nah. We're not with that family. So we don't went to Africa, Jamaica, all over the damn place. And it's most scamming, y'all. It's just scam after scam after scam, and none of the scams are working. Foundational Black Americans, we are the ones who call all the shots, and we're the ones who set all the trends, and everybody else just got to fall all the way back. Don't be mad at certifies, man. Be mad at your damn self. It's that easy. It's that easy. It is that easy. So this is more evidence on what we've been talking about, but it's everything that we've already known. See, none of this is fooling us. None of this is fooling us. We already know what it's hitting for. Foundationals, we know exactly what it's hitting for. We know exactly what they're going to do. See, now we're in a different era, okay? We're in an era now where we see what they're going to come up with before they come up with it. We know what they're going to try before they even try it. This is why Tether's upset. See, Tether's used to get that dusty-ass game off on people who call themselves African-Americans. The folks who call themselves African-Americans used to fall for the gambit. They would fall for the trick bag. We don't fall for none of that. We see it before it all goes down, so they understand they can't do nothing. They can't say, well, Michael Jackson influenced us, but France is the one. He was basically saying, here, dominant society. He was trying to hand that away. I'm telling y'all, they're always trying to hand it off to the dominant society so you guys can take it because it's all of you. They're always trying to throw that alley-oop. And this is why they fall in flat, and this is why they can't go nowhere. But beyond them not being able to go nowhere, beyond them falling out, beyond them completely crashing out right in front of your eyes, now what you see, family, is that they out here trying to get to the money. They out here wanting to get reparations. This is what it's all about, right? Now that they've seen that everything has crashed out for them, now that they see what they thought was going to work, this is bringing in a new era, and an era where they got to hold their own. See, they not used to having to hold their own. No, holding your own is something that they don't know how to do because they so used to holding everybody else's own, if you know what I'm talking about. They so used to getting it from somebody else and then trying to steal it, whether that means they got to steal from each other or whether that means that they got to steal from FBA. But what happens when they are no longer allowed to steal from foundational Black Americans? What happens to them? What happens when they realize that foundational Black Americans, we're not giving them a damn thing? What happens then? What happens when they realize that all of that money that they thought that they was going to get done went down the drain? Then you start seeing them folks get real extra desperate. This is how desperate they've been, y'all. Y'all know damn well these people weren't concerned with reparations until FBA started it. Watch this now.
After decades of colonization, exploitation, and resource extraction, African countries want an apology and a paycheck. Members of the 55-member African Union bloc are meeting in Addis Ababa to try to consolidate a position on reparatory justice. Currently, there are armed conflicts in more than 30 African states. The violence in Sudan and Democratic Republic of Congo in particular is likely to dominate discussions. So, how realistic are the demands for former colonial powers to pay compensation? And is now the right time to be having this debate? We'll get to those questions shortly, but first, a report from Michael Apple.
Reparatory justice and racial healing following decades of colonial exploitation are top of the agenda at the African Union Summit in the Ethiopian capital. Leaders from across the continent are discussing how best to go about getting historical acknowledgement and reparations from former colonial powers. The 55-nation bloc settled on reparatory justice as the theme for this year's gathering, at a time of upheaval on the continent.
Sudan is in the grip of a crisis of staggering scale and brutality. A crisis that is increasingly spilling over into the wider region.
Reparations could take the form of financial compensation or involve investments in infrastructure, education, and healthcare to support economic development. Figures on financial assistance to Africa vary, but some estimates suggest development aid to the continent tops $2 trillion over the past 60 years.
Freeze. Notice, family, they said cash payments or investments. This shows you that it's all about what we said it was about. This is all a cash grab because they have all been cut off from U.S. aid. Now you're starting to see them begging for money. This ain't nothing more than them trying to find a backdoor way to get the money. Remember, y'all, just a few days ago, they was running around here talking that talk saying, man, Africa gonna have to do for ourselves then. They don't want to help us, then damn it, we gonna help our own selves. Now they out there saying, well, wait. Can we get some type of reparative justice?
In infrastructure, education, and healthcare to support economic development.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. No. See, now family, what you have, they're begging. That's all it is. They're begging. That's all it is. Ain't no coincidence, fam, that Donald Trump cuts off their aid, and then next thing you know, they're running around here saying how they want some damn reparations. That's what it is. They're trying to get more money because they need more money. They want that money, and if they feel they can undercut us, that's a good thing for them. Remember, y'all, the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris administration, they were running around here for the longest amount of time trying to set them people up to get our bag. That's what they were doing. They was running around here straight up and down trying to steal foundational Black American reparations. That's why Joe Biden kept flying over there to dust them off with some damn paper. This is what they've been trying to do. Watch this right here. This is another thing to prove the point even further for what we've been talking about. You see what we mean, y'all? When we say that these people want the cash and they are out here trying to do a cash grabber, this is what you see right here. Fair use.
Uniting to demand reparations from their former colonizers. Yes, you heard that right. African leaders are meeting in Ethiopia this weekend to launch a new push for slavery and colonial reparations. As the African Union prepares for its 38th summit, the central topic will reportedly be a joint push for reparations. African leaders reportedly aim to define a unified vision for reparations, which includes financial compensation, a formal acknowledgement of historical wrongs, and comprehensive policy reforms. Well, the African Union's reparations agenda, adopted in 2023, seeks to address the lasting effects of slavery, as well as colonial exploitation of Africa's economic development and inequality. Beyond financial amends, the leaders are also expected to call for land restitution and the return of cultural artifacts that were looted during colonial rule. Discussions will also focus on combating economic inequality, racism, and Africa's marginalization in global affairs. But the push faces the risk of being stonewalled by former colonial powers, most of which have ruled out making amends for their historical wrongs. Many of Europe's leaders have opposed even talking about it. In Portugal, which enslaved more Africans than any other nation, far-right party Chega has proposed charging the president with treason for suggesting there might be a need for reparations. Then in Britain, right-wing populist Nigel Farage has said that Prime Minister Keir Starmer would be weak, and that is if he engaged in talks on this issue of reparations. Lastly, in France, President Emmanuel Macron has ruled out reparations, calling for reconciliation instead.
Freeze. Listen to the answers right there. Y'all hear the dominant society just said no, right? Y'all see, I heard no, 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 and hell no. That's what I just heard right there. Because they've been cut off of that money, so now they out here trying to get real slick with it. And they're trying to basically do two birds with one stone. They feel that they can take money from foundational Black Americans, try to hijack our reparations claim, and then in the process, they feel that they can come around that and they can get the money that belongs to us. But man, if you listen to their reparations demands, if that's what you even want to call them, family, they out here talking about they'll take an apology. They said they will take an apology. Absolutely. Africa owes FBA. Notice that, family. They will never come out here and acknowledge that. Let's be real when you start talking about Africa. Let's go there, okay? How you want reparations from getting colonized in your homeland? How you want reparations when you sold your own people? You got the weakest reparations claim ever. Notice that they don't never have a dollar amount. Never. You've never heard them with a dollar amount. Who is the reparationist in Africa? Who's their reparationist? Who knows the dollars and cents? Who's the accountants for reparations for them? I don't ever hear it. I just hear a bunch of vague talk that sounds like we need something, please help us. That's all it sounds like to me. That's all it sounds like to me. And that's all they ever do. They run this game of always trying to get somebody to help them out in the process. And we understand that type of hustle. Hell no. Hell no. Things are getting too real right now with our reparations to be playing these games with these people. Things been getting way too real with our reparations to be out here playing games with these folks, to be out here faking the funk with any of these people, and to be out here trying to get scammed in the process. No. So they've been trying to run that, and they've been talking real greasy. A lot of them were the main ones talking greasy about FBA. A lot of them were the same ones when we was talking about reparations. They were straight up openly opposing our reparations claim. They was telling us we don't belong, we don't need. Way over there in Africa, they had opinions about our reparations. Y'all remember when they was trying to sit in on our panels? They really thought like sitting in on our foundational Black American panels for reparations was the thing to do. They thought that was cool. They thought that was a flex. They really did. So now you see these unions that they have. But let me tell you something that I'm noticing, y'all. They're trying to get all of the people throughout the diaspora to come out here, but they're not including foundational Black Americans. So when we sit here and we talk about delineation, separation, they get upset. But when you start looking at it, what they want to do, they want to get everybody else so they can form a Voltron to stop our reparations. That's where they are now. They want to stop foundational Black American reparations by getting everybody else on the diaspora on one page. Like I said earlier, all of them in this box and just FBA over here. It takes 1 billion of them to stop one of us, but that still ain't going to work. So a lot of them people that was talking real reckless about our reparations, now they out here coming around talking about they want their own. This is what it is. They understand, y'all, our movement is too damn strong and it's too damn powerful. Right here. This was the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. I ain't even going to try to pronounce this dude's name. What's his name? Abiy Ahmed or whatever the hell his name is. Watch how he was talking reckless about foundational Black Americans. Watch this.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed says African Americans played the victim card instead of working and generating wealth. He blames them for living in the past and playing victim, claiming that's the reason they don't succeed.
He said that foundational Black Americans play the victim card and foundational Black Americans are living in the past. That's why we don't succeed. This is what he was saying about FBA when we trying to get to our reparations for building our homeland.
ጥቁር ደግሞ እዚህ ላይ ቆሞ ትናንትና ከገረፉ ገደሉ እንዲያደረጉ ይላል። አሁን ያለው ትውልድ ትናንትና ውስጥ እንዲኖር አደረገው። እነዚህ ደግሞ አሁን ነው ነገ ውስጥ
Look what he's saying it. Look at Mrs. Mutombo and Mr. Mutombo. They smiling, y'all. They over there grinning. There ain't no love. There ain't no love. We ain't gonna play this game no more with these Tethers, fam. They don't like us. They don't like us. There's too much evidence at this stage in 2025 to be playing games, to have fake relationships, one-sided coalitions. Hell no. We're not living in that fantasy land. These people do not rock with foundational Black Americans. He's sitting there absolutely disrespecting our past, and everybody in the audience is sitting there grinning saying, that's true, that's true.
እንዲያስብ አደረጉት። 50 ዓመት አልሞላም ጁ ሀብታም ሆነ፣ ጁ ፓወርፉል ሆነ፣ ጥቁር ነፃ ደሃ ሆነ።
That right there is how they really feel about us right here. That's how they really feel. These people don't rock with us, fam. Everybody's been getting by playing some fake fantasy game. All right. You got all the Democratic shields who want to play this game about a coalition that don't exist. You got all the tethers who want to play this fantasy game because they want in on what we have. Now we see through all of that. Damn them. There used to be a time. I'm going to be real. Black Americans, we used to take the position of we want our reparations and we support them if they get their own. I'm to the point now where I don't give a damn whether they get reparations or not. I could care less. I could care less whether they get their reparations or not. See, we used to kind of take the road. We want our reparations. We want y'all to get y'all's, and we'll meet at the table. Damn the table. There ain't no table for me. I'm not coming to the table. No, because at the end of the day, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, they're going to try to mess it up anyway. They're going to try to mess it up. I'm concerned with our reparations first, last, forever, nobody else. I'm not even going to take that high road of, man, we want to get ours, and if y'all get y'all's too, man, it's all good. Damn that. Damn that. I don't care because I understand. That is a failed logic. While we sit here and say we want ours and we support y'all to get yours, they want theirs and they don't want us to have a damn thing. So we going to match energy. I said this is the matching energy generation. We going to match some damn energy. I don't care at all about none of that because I understand if they were to ever get reparations, trust and believe, family, they're going to try to global reparations. This is the thing. We've been breaking this down for a long time. And last year we went to the Tether Reparations Convention out in Atlanta. All right. Do y'all know? Let me tell y'all a story. I'm just going to be real. Y'all know Black Alpha. I don't give a damn. I say what I want to say. All right. We went to the Tether Reparations Commission or whatever the hell it was in Atlanta last year. And it was this whole global affair with all the Pan-Africans. I crashed it. Okay. We went there to go see what they were talking about reparations. I don't know how many of y'all remember that. Okay. But we went there and it was all Democratic shills. It was all these different tethers. They were all there and they weren't talking about FBA. They was talking about vote for the Democratic Party. They was talking about going to the UN. I'm not lying. Talking about how they were going to make us the Afro-descendant nation. All types of things that you don't really see. It never really made news. We went because we reported from it. We reported straight from it. They were out there literally talking about reparations and they were excluding foundational Black Americans. That's what they want to do. All right. That's what they've been trying to do. I got an episode. It's called like the Tether Reparations Convention or whatever. Check it out. Some a year ago. Went there personally and they were there and they did not bring up the United States. Now, fast forward. The rally for reparations. Okay. You remember, fam? All right, Cyberdon. You remember. Yep. The rally for reparations. Okay. Just in June. So we went. It was in 2023 in November to Atlanta, went to the reparations committee and got all of our information. Then we ended up going back, we ended up going to the reparations rally and somebody approached me personally, somebody who was with them. And they came and they were like, no, Black Alpha, I heard that you were saying reparations and this, that, and the other thing. No, we support you guys. We want you guys to get reparations. And we want y'all. This is somebody, they must have knew that we was there. They must have known that I, showed up there. So they came back and somebody came up to me, a lady, and she was like, no, Black, we want you to get reparations. We support reparations for FBA. We support reparations for everybody. And I said, okay, I feel you. You say you support reparations for everybody, but that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you tell me that right now to my ear, but that's not what I'm hearing out here. I see consistent undercutting left and right from these people. I see you, family. You saw it too. Yeah. I see consistent undercutting from these people. Do not let these people on one side tell you how they support our reparations claim, and then on the next side turn around and tell you how it's all about Jamaicans and all about the Caribbean and all about everybody other than us. That's the hustle that they'll try to use, y'all, because the Democrats are behind a lot of this. I'm going to keep it real. The Democrats want this to be global reparations. The dominant society wants it to be global reparations. I'm going to tell you why they prefer that. Because once they global our reparations claim and they make it about race and just everything under the sun, then we're going to end up with a penny. That's what it's going to be. You're going to end up with a penny, y'all. It's going to dilute the reparations claim in which we have presented on the table. And now it's going to be for everybody where everybody can just come on in. Come on in, everybody. Everybody can have it. That's what they're doing. It's a very slick play. Very slick play. Let me show y'all this. They don't be believing what we say. Look at this. This is what a Nigerian said. This is what a Nigerian said. Look at this right here. Look what this brother said right here. Check this out. This guy said, if reparations are ever paid to African Americans, I just know my Nigerian brothers and sisters will finesse the entire thing. This is what this Nigerian said. This is what the Nigerian guy said right there. He knows for a fact that they will try to sabotage our reparations. This is why they've been going to the UN This is why they've been undercutting our reparations, because they want global reparations. Joe Biden flew over there and Joe Biden gave them $55 billion. And they said, thank you. And remember, Joe Biden, when he went over there, what'd he do? Joe Biden, he gave them the money based on slavery. Yeah. Joe Biden gave Africans money based on slavery. Oh, yeah. There's a whole finesse when it comes to reparations. We don't accept anything other than lineage-based reparations. Family, just think, okay? Last week, we were sitting here talking about H.R. 40 and the Democrats trying to bring reparations to the table, all right? 3 days later, now we're talking about the African Union having a reparations summit, one where there was no FBA in sight. Don't let them talk about this being reparations for the diaspora. There was nobody representing FBA in that whole building. You've seen all these African countries, then you've seen Caribbean countries, and then you've seen the people who spoke. They openly talked about the relationships between Africans and Caribbeans and how they need to unite. Nobody said a damn thing about FBA, because this is not about foundational Black Americans. This is about them globalizing reparations, and this is about them undercutting ours. Because remember, there's two types of people out there. Those who want to steal our reparations and those who want to stop our reparations. Those who want to stop our reparations realize they can't steal them, and those who want to steal them realize they can't stop them. That is the only two people that are out there. You ever watch a movie? Right? You ever watch a movie and they say, here's a phone, take this phone. All right, right here. They say, take my phone. And if anybody calls saying that they work for me, or someone calls saying they know me, they say, drop the phone to get the hell up out of there. That's how it is with reparations. Anybody who comes around and they're saying that they're your friend with reparations, they want to have a conversation about reparations, get away from them. All right? That's automatically a ploy and a plot and a scam. That's for them to steal with what you got. All right, it's no different. You ever watch the movies, fam, and it be a undercover agent or detective, and they give somebody they protect, and they say, hey, here's my personal phone. If somebody calls this line, just know I'm the only one with the number. All right, I'm the only one with this cell phone number. So if somebody calls this claiming that they work for me or they know me, you better get the hell up out of there, because you've been compromised. That's what reparations is, fam. Don't answer that call for no damn body, because we the only ones with the number. All right, y'all got the number. I got the goddamn number. That is it. Lioness Blessed, you got the phone number. Kevin Hill, you got the number. Seven, I send you, you got the number. Gene, Cyberdyne, y'all got the number. Anybody calls this phone talking about our FBA reparations, just know they're trying to compromise the whole damn thing. We're not accepting nobody. We don't want nobody around. Reparations has to be tight, not just with your mind, not just lineage-based. It has to be lineage-based. Damn everybody. See, because you can be lineage-based and say, I'm for the lineage, however, I want everybody else to succeed. That ain't even good enough now, family. It's getting very spooky out here in these streets. Very, 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 very diabolical now. We're not even to the point where we can support anybody's reparations. All right? Even just saying the good thing, well, I hope y'all get it too. Nope, we just have to be absolutely indifferent and quiet. The same way, everybody's absolutely indifferent and quiet whenever we're dealing with something. Now everybody wants to show up because reparations is a meal ticket, y'all. That's what it is. That's what it is. We know that they are out here to try to hustle us, scam us, and they plot against us every single time you turn around. Therefore, we cannot allow these people to try to take foundational Black American energy. Y'all remember this right here? Oh, we got receipts, y'all. Everybody in here smash that like button. We bubbling. Check this out. Y'all see this? Y'all remember this? My nation's original sin. Biden apologizes to the delegation of African leaders for the unimaginable cruelty of slavery and offers them $55 billion as Rwanda president mocks U.S. in front of a laughing crowd. What? Wait a minute. How can Joe Biden go over to Africa, give them $55 billion in the name of slavery against FBA? And you know what's worse than that? The Africans took the money and cosplayed us. They're having another reparations conversation, and FBA's nowhere in the building. You see why we're taking the position of taking delineation even further? Now we went in from delineation to delineation and don't give a damn. That's what it is. You cannot even care. You got to be a shrewd businessman or woman. $55 billion in the name of slavery. This is the first step, y'all. And this was last year. Do not forget that Joe Biden, right before he got out of office just in November, his last visit was back to Africa. So he can slide them a couple more $1 billion. Yeah. This is why Trump cutting them off of aid is such a scary thing for them. They got 55 billion from Biden. They got another couple billion right before he left. And he went over there and gave them our reparations money, y'all, while they told us they didn't have none. What is more diabolical than for Joe Biden to go over to Africa and say, here's $55 billion for chattel slavery, a chattel slavery that occurred right here to our ancestors. And then as he goes over there, they say, thank you for the money. They didn't do what a brother would do. You know what a brother would do? A brother would say, oh, whoa. That money's not for me. You did that to my brother. Pay him. I got a brother. Somebody comes to me and say, hey, here's the $200 for you dropping me off somewhere. And I'm like, oh, no, that's for my brother. No, I didn't do that. My brother did that. Go pay him. If anything, give me the money and I'll go give it to my brother. But the money's coming with us. They didn't do that. What happened to all that brother talk? We are brothers. We are brothers. There was no brothers then. Then they just said, give me the money. Good. And basically you have the slave master and the slave trader. Ain't that exactly what went on way back in the 12 and the 13 and the 14 and 15s? Ain't that the same thing, y'all? You see how the slave master and the slave trader were making deals way back then with slavery, and they still making deals today. That is your Tether reparations finesse. Fast forward all of that right there. And now let's go to just this week with the African Union. We already laid that out. You see already, family, they took money for us. This is what they want to do. And this is all based on a lot of things the Democrats want to do. They want to globalize reparations so we get left with nothing. Then they can say, well, we gave reparations to who? Africa. All this, y'all Africans go back to Africa. Blacks really want to be African. They understand that dilutes and that ruins our reparations claim. They understand that kills all the momentum that we have. Everything that we're doing right now, how we're standing on lineage business, we're standing on patriotism, we're standing on nation. They don't want us to do that. And the best way to do that is to go and give you the African thing. Remember, y'all, all that Pan-Africanism does is it reduces our foundational Black American lineage power. All right. All that scam Africanism does, it reduces our FBA freedmen reparations claim. And they know that. That's why they're always pushing it on you. But as we sit here and talk about that, remember that same Ethiopian prime minister that said that foundational Black Americans ain't no good and foundational Black Americans need to do better. And we got a victim mentality. Now, look what he's saying right here about reparations for Africa. Watch how he flips his tone. Remember, when it's money for us, it's jealousy, envy, and attack mode. When it's money for them, it sounds like this.
Chairperson of the African Union, Your Excellency, Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, Your Excellency Musa Faki Mohammed, outgoing Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Your Excellency Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, distinguished ministers, it is an honor to stand before you today as we reflect on the immense potential we hold, not just as individual nations, but as a united and dynamic continent. In a world marked by rapid change and multiple challenges, we find ourselves at a crossroads of uncertainty and opportunity. This moment calls upon us to strengthen our collective resolve, embrace resilience, and foster unity across Africa. The theme for this year's assembly calls on us to heal the scars of historical injustice.
To heal historical injustices, he didn't mention healing with us. He didn't say none of that. No. Now notice, y'all, now he's starting to sing a sweet little tone, ain't he? Now he's over there saying, oh, we need to heal and be together. When it was FBA, it was the victim card. It was the y'all can't get over the past. You see the difference now. This is who they are, y'all. This is the real them. Damn all that we brothers.
And overcome lingering trauma that has long hindered our progress.
Overcome lingering trauma that has hindered our progress. So when it's us, it's a victim card. When it's them, it's lingering trauma. There ain't no brothers, family. There ain't no brothers. They are not our brothers.
The demand for reparations is not about charity or financial aid. It is a call for justice.
It ain't about financial aid. Did we not say that that's what it's about? Notice how he threw that in there immediately, y'all. Notice now, it's not about financial aid, you see? Because everybody knows that's exactly what it's about.
Of the United Nations, distinguished on the immense potential we hold, not just as individual nations, but as a united and dynamic continent. In a world marked by rapid change and multiple challenges, we find ourselves at crossroads of uncertainty and opportunity. This moment calls upon us to strengthen our collective resolve, embrace resilience, and foster unity across Africa. The theme for this year's assembly calls on us to heal the scars of historical injustice and overcome lingering trauma. The demand for reparations is not about charity or financial aid. It is a call for justice.
No, it is a call for desperation. It is a call for come help us. It's a call for begging. That's what it is. So look how quick they turn. I told you, it used to be damn them Akatas to we all brothers. Damn the Akatas was when foundational Black Americans weren't talking about reparations. Soon as we started talking about reparations, then it turned into we all brothers. They'll flip-flop quick as hell to get whatever they want. That's what they'll do, y'all. And notice how he did a complete 360. 1 minute it was FBA got a victim card. Next minute he talking about them. We have to get over all of our drama and all of our problems. Nah, bro. That ain't how it work. 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 They doing the flip-flop. Check this out right here. This also shows you what I was saying. Remember what I was telling y'all? That they were really out there trying to make friends. Look at this right here. Right here. What's this lady? I forget her name. This is the Prime Minister of Barbados. This is the Prime Minister of Barbados. Watch this right here. In her February 15, 2025 address to the African Union, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley calls for a united front between Africa and the Caribbean, emphasizing the need for economic justice, reparations, and deeper integration between the two regions. Damn. She went there, didn't she? She said economic justice, reparations, and a deeper integration. She's saying they need to be a clicked up nationhood. She's saying that Africa and the Caribbean need to get on the same page. It's like the adventures, y'all. These people realize they can't stop FBA by themselves because that's what they've been doing, trying to stop FBA. They realize that they can't sit on our panels here, sit on our panels there. They got to formulate a plan. They got to get on the same page. Africa and the Caribbean, they need to team up. They need to make sure that they all get together to try to stop FBA from getting to that bizag. That's what they're doing. Hey, shit, listen to her. I'll let you hear it. Check this out. This is her right here. You're going to hear her straight up say it. She tells you what she wants, and she makes it crystal clear, y'all. She is coming to make amends with Africa so together they can go to that W man and they can both beg for a bag. That's all that is. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is teaching, scholarship, research, fair use. This is all about commentary. Check this out.
Stand here, clothed in the spirit of the battles of Adwa, conscious that it was that battle within 24 hours that shook the confidence of the powers of Europe, but inspired the people of Africa and the children of the African diaspora that good would prevail over evil and light over darkness, but only in the context of our unity. I stand here conscious that it was that battle that forged the beginnings of Pan-Africanism that eventually led to the movement for independence and the destruction of the colonial powers to give us not full development and power, but the first steps of political independence. I stand here conscious and buffeted by the dreams and works of the great Pan-African pioneers, and conscious that as a children of the Caribbean, we have long dreamt for the moment of unity with our brothers and sisters of Africa, a division that was secured by those whose success and survival.
Unity from Caribbean and they brothers and sisters in Africa. Ain't said nothing about FBA. Family, weren't the Jamaicans and the Barbados, weren't they all trying to sit in on our reparations panels? Weren't they all just a year ago saying we all black? Now they over there talking about getting cool with Africa. Africa talking about getting cool with them. Now they want to unify between the Caribbean and the African.
Depended on separation of us rather than on the ability for us to act as one common people. Our relationship, you can say, was embryonic, but regrettably, as long as it has been and as related as we have been, it has been sporadic. And it is up to us as the children of independent states to determine whether the history of separation shall be our future or whether the spirit of Adwa can be our inspiration to confront the challenges of a new world.
There it is. That right there, y'all. That shows you exactly what I'm talking about. They over there trying to click up. They trying to get on the same page. They trying to get on the same team. You're starting to see that now. This is what they were trying to do a year ago with the first one. Now it's the second one. This is all a finesse, y'all. This is all a finesse. This is because that U.S. aid money is dry, right? And they've been clicked up a long time. Family, this is all Democratic sponsored. This is all, I already showed you Joe Biden going over there to Ghana and slipping their money. This right there, this the same Ethiopian dude that was talking reckless about us. There you go. There you go. That's the same dude right there who talked about FBA. We got a victim card and FBA need to do better. Yeah. Oh, he's super duper plugged in with the Democrats. That's the Democrats' main person. That's their go-to guy. Whenever the Democrats want to do something to undercut FBA, oh, they hitting him up on the line. They hitting him up quick, fast, in a hurry. That's their dude right there. Yeah, they real plugged in with that guy. He is one of them ops, the president of Ghana, the last president of Ghana, shall I say, and this dude right here. They are the two main people that the dominant society always go to when they want to go ahead and create some type of community to where they can undercut what FBA is doing. You want to undercut FBA? Go get you an African. Yep, because you know what they know, family? That they can cloak themselves in our identity. Why do you think the Democrats is over there giving the people money? Y'all know damn well the dominant society ain't giving away money at all unless they got a reason behind, and there go the reason behind right there. That's it. So, oh yeah, he been super plugged up, absolutely plugged up with them. And this shows you what we were talking about just prior, y'all. All of that money that you've been seeing get dried up, that money all shows you that they've been getting it paid right there. There it is. Ethiopia been getting the bag. Why you think Ethiopia is on the front line of everything that's going on right now? Why you think Ethiopia has been on the front line of all of this reparations? Oh, the dominant society loving all of that. Look at this right here. Y'all know dude got a Nobel Peace Prize? Yeah, oh yeah, we going, this is the same guy. Oh yeah. Oh, you messing with Black Alpha now. No. Let's go there. Yeah, he been running around here getting the bag completely. They threw him the Nobel Peace Prize. You only threw him that Nobel Peace Prize because that was their way of saying, hey, you're in. We need you to undercut FBA. We're going to let you have these reparations things. And as long as you undercut FBA, you're going to be all right. Did y'all know this right here? Yeah. You didn't think this would go down like this, did you, Mr. Fufu? That's all good, though. He been running around here with a fake PhD. Yep. He had a fake PhD. PhD fraud. This man been running around corrupt as hell with a fake PhD. They've been trying to prop this man up for the longest. This is the guy who was just talking about FBA. We got a victim mentality, and you got a fake-ass degree. Yep. Running around here talking about some, please help us. We need to get together. We need to be friends. Yep. And you running around here with a fake-ass degree. Yeah. This dude ain't nothing solid about this guy. I want you to see all these little African leaders. Remember, the scam African ain't going to tell you none of this. The scam African's going to leave this all out. You ain't never going to hear Dr. Kubar bring this up. Dr. Kubar going to bounce around this left and right. He don't want to acknowledge nothing of what I'm telling you right now. But I'm going to right here. They said he got a fake PhD at the Institute of peace and whatever the hell at a university in 2017. They said it is not a legitimate doctrine at all. It is fake plagiarism all day long. Dude ain't real, dude ain't real, dude ain't real. And not to mention what's going on over there in Ethiopia. Oh, they having some serious problems right there. Super, super serious problems. This is what they saying about them over there. I remember what he said about FBA. Yeah, I heard it. We all heard it. Yep. Check this out right here. Ethiopia's inflation is at a all-time 29%. Okay, it's the sixth highest in the world. The sixth highest in the world. But yet they running around here talking about, here we say, my PhD is real, nigga. Everything's a scam. It all goes back to scamming, y'all. It all goes back to scamming. Look at some of these numbers right here, too. I want y'all to see some of these numbers. I want y'all to check these numbers out. And these are the numbers that they've been trying to play us, hustle us, and con us with. But we've been seeing through all of that. Look at these numbers, y'all. Look at all these places. This is where these folks are starting to get some deportations in. This is why Trump done came in and it done got super real in the field for a lot of these different individuals out here who think everything is sweet. No, it ain't too sweet. It ain't too sweet at all. You want to see something right here? Check this out. U.S. aid. U.S. aid also gave slightly over $1.2 billion to Ethiopia and nearly that amount to the Congo. Yeah, remember the same Congo that was sitting there talking about Kendrick Lamar, right? Well, that same exact Congo been running around here getting all types of money from America. So when Donald Trump comes in and he says, yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut all that. We're going to have to go ahead and cut everything you think you had. We're going to drop that right now, drop it like it's hot because y'all ain't going to get no more money. This is why you start seeing all of these fake reparations panels. This is why you start seeing these folks get broke down. They've been out here getting a bag for free, a super bag. You talking about $1.2 billion. The only people in the world, I'm going to tell you how U.S. aid goes, y'all, and take it from me. Ukraine, Israel, and Ethiopia. Those are the highest recipients of American federal foreign aid out there. And that just happens to be the guy who got the Nobel Peace Prize and the same exact guy who's running around here talking about what foundational Black Americans need to do better. Yeah, this is all your little cash grab. This is all you trying to get to the money. This is all you trying to get some paper because you understand that the days of the gravy train are up. Don't let none of the people run around here and try to tell you, man, Donald Trump is so mean and so bad. I don't care. Good. Because on one hand, they over there talking about us. And on the other hand, them folks is going to debt. Oh, they going fast. Oh, they going fast. Look at this. They so scared right now, y'all. They so scared. Oh, man, they scared. People is out there getting deported left and right. No more aid for these people. They don't know where to go. A lot of them Africans are scared what's happening. And they should be. Because that gravy train ran dry. And now they're saying, well, if we can't get it this way, let's get it this way. And neither one of those is working.
Has stopped going to church in USA for fear of Donald Trump deportation policy. So many of the Nigerian migrants in USA no longer go to church because many of them are afraid. And according to them, they can be arrested.
Africans aren't going to church no more, y'all. They are not going to church in America because they're afraid that ICE will arrest them in the church. I ain't lying.
Arrested from the church and deported back to Nigeria. Now, if you look at this whole thing, you might be blaming Donald Trump 100%, but I can tell you that this man is not totally wrong in what he's doing. Now, he's trying to open the eyes of African leaders to develop their country so that their citizens don't travel anyhow. How many US citizens would travel to Nigeria to come and live in Nigeria permanently? They can only come for vacation or tourism purpose. They can't just leave their country to come to Nigeria because the system there is working. So this is a call for African leaders, especially Nigerian, to build the country so that, many Nigerians will not be traveling out. Now, we have a lot of medical doctors who are outside Nigeria working as professionals. Why?
I'm going to tell you why. Because the last thing they're going to do is take care here. They're not going to church, y'all. I ain't lying. He said, do not go to church. ICE will get you. ICE coming for them folks in the church. That's a damn shame.
For those
no, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Oh, the diaspora right now is thinking that they running sweet, but I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of trouble they got. Trouble in the diaspora. That's what we're gonna call this right here, fam. There's a hell of a lot of trouble in the diaspora. And one of the main things is, one, not going to church. That's one. Two, they telling people that if you get sent back home, then it's on you. It's your trouble. And the people back home, they not sitting there welcoming these folks with open arms. So they don't want you away, and they don't want you when you get there. This is why these people are crashing out, and they're running around wanting to know, can they celebrate Foundational Black American History Month? Watch this, y'all. These people really are asking these questions. Watch this.
Whether you live in diaspora or you live in Africa, my question is, should we celebrate Black History Month? If so, why should we celebrate it? For Africans only. I'm not talking about African Americans. I'm talking about Africans. Should we celebrate Black History Month? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because I've never had to celebrate Black History Month. Where I come from, I was born and raised in Uganda, in Africa. And we did not have a special month to celebrate being Black. Then when I moved to America, it was just a regular thing, yeah, February, Black History Month, da, 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 da. It never made sense to me as an African, okay? I'm not saying it's wrong. I need clarity. Just because I do not celebrate Black History Month, it doesn't mean that I'm against it. That's number one. And just because where I come from, we do not celebrate it, it doesn't mean the Black people living in America should not celebrate it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just asking a question. Peace and love. This question is strictly for Africans, whether you...
He want to know, he asked y'all a question. He said, is it okay for them to come over here and celebrate Black History Month? Hell no. Because Black History Month will turn into Jollof History Month if you let them. You can't have them getting involved in anything that we out here doing, fam, because once they get involved in what we doing, y'all know how it go. It turned into everything about them. And the next thing you know, Nancy Pelosi's wearing the damn dashiki. No. And the question is, why you want to? That's my question to all of them. Why you want to celebrate Foundational Black American History Month? Go get your own. Everybody want to, anything that has something to do with being excellent, these people always want to get in on us because, quite frankly, they've never celebrated their own excellence. It makes you wonder, how much excellence do they have? But either way, they've never celebrated anything that they've ever done. So therefore, they always try to ask us, can I celebrate what you do over there? Is that okay to celebrate? This is what they always try to get in on, fam. They want to celebrate what FBA is doing. And in reality, if you had your own thing, you wouldn't be worrying about ours. That's an old adage, y'all. That's an old adage. If you had your own, you would not be worrying about ours. So go get your own and you won't have to worry about, can you celebrate Foundational Black American History Month? Hell no. But think about it. They run around and celebrate their own stuff anyway. Everybody knows whenever they do something bad or something wrong, it's all Black people. Whenever they do something good or semi-good, it's their homeland. So again, it's the flip-flopping. It's the brother. It's the Akata. It's the reparations for everybody, reparations for myself. It's the I did a crime and Black people got to deal with it versus only we do good things. That's what they've been doing. And family, like we said, a lot of that money done dried up. So now you starting to see these people get a desperation you ain't seen.
The total number of Nigerians in United States who have been flagged for deportation, or rather, who are going to be deported from United States, amount to 3,690 individuals. And it's been said that Nigeria ranks the second, that is the second on the list among the African countries who are going to face this mass deportation from United States. Apparently, Somalia has about 4,090 individuals who have been flagged for this deportation. And Mexico is the highest. Mexico has the highest number of people who are going to face this mass deportation from the United States. It's about 252,044 Mexicans who are going to be deported from United States. And United States government has told Nigerian government to cooperate with them to provide every information needed when they are needed so that this deportation process will be made easy.
Nope. Go in, get in where you fit in.
For those Jamaica.
This right here, this is in Jamaica, and their prime minister is warning all the Jamaicans who get deported that you better act right because we don't really want you.
who intend to come back with crime and violence to undermine what we have been building here, let me be clear to you that this is not the Jamaica that you left 10 or 20 years ago. It is not the JCF that you left 10 or 20 years ago. You will either meet a judge or your maker if you come back to Jamaica and violate our laws and create havoc. I know that there are many who will be returning to Jamaica, coming back to lovely communities like these, rural areas like these, and they may attempt to set up gangs, get involved in scamming, and undermine the values of the communities that they return to. We will not.
Damn, y'all heard that? Dude, he said Barry's cousin. This man said, for all the Jamaicans who come back over to Jamaica, you bring your gangs and you will go to jail or you will meet your maker. That's funny because whenever we talk about them bringing that to America, they say we xenophobic. This is their own people right there saying it. How come they can say that and say that they're bringing crime back to Jamaica? Well, if they're bringing crime back to Jamaica, didn't that mean that they brought it when they came here first? They answered their own questions. All we doing, family, is answering the questions with their own statements. Their own statements is showing us what's really real. Their own statements is showing us what's really going on. That's what he just said. We heard what he just said, and they not feeling them when they come back to Jamaica.
Trump 2.0 era is set to impact Africa in very interesting ways. Now, one of the executive orders that was signed yesterday touches on a pause to foreign development assistance for 90 days. And they say that U.S. foreign aid is not aligned with American interests, and therefore they plan to review the programs. When you touch on foreign development assistance, essentially you are touching on aid. And when you touch on aid, you touch on Africa. What are the numbers? Now, generally, in the year 2023, there was a total aid of 223.3 billion. And of that, Africa received 59.7 billion, okay, which is equivalent to 26.8%. Now, of that 26.8%, again, Kenya as a country, we rank under the low middle income tier of countries. Of that 26.8%, 23.3%, okay, came to lower middle income countries, 16.2% went to lower income countries, and 0.2% to high income countries. So those are the numbers. Now you go.
Those are the numbers. Okay. Those are the numbers right there. You heard 15.2%, 29.92%. Yep. And when you look at all the damn numbers, y'all, this is what you see right there. That's Ethiopia just alone. They have been milking every single thing that foundational Black Americans have been doing. They've been stealing money straight out of your pockets. So when people say that they done and it's a good damn thing, U.S. aid is cut off, it's a damn good thing, y'all. They have been giving these people a lifeline that's been allowing them to float for years. And no longer can they have that, and no longer are they getting by. And speaking of that, we say that they bring tribalism over here, right? That's what we say. Well, family, you ain't got to look no further to see tribalism than when you see them talk about each other. Watch how this person goes off on other Africans. And yes, the hairline is real, or shall I say the lack thereof.
Now, what do you guys have if not for the electricity? If not for the electricity, what do you guys have? What do you guys have? You are here, you are in your country making math. At least we've left our country to come to your country. Why not leave your country to go to another man's country? Even if it is Nigeria, why not leave your own country and go to another man's country? Nigerian this, Nigerian that. Oh yeah, now you should come and send everybody away now. Do you think if you should send or chase all the Nigerians in this your country, do you think you guys will see food to eat? No, you people will not see anything to eat. So you guys should stop the hate. Stop the hate. I'm coming, oh, I'm coming. No matter anything you Ghanaians are planning, me, I'm coming. I will say the truth and I will speak for the truth. And I will not hide my face. This is me. If you need my location, I will give you my location.
I don't know what she's saying, but she damn sure sound mad. She said she willing to drop her location. She said you can find me about 3 feet down from the zebra and about 4 villages down from the elephant. She said she will drop her location If you got some smoke, she said, bring it. This is how they feel, and it's starting to get real.
Location. Enough is enough. Ghanaians, Nigerian this, Nigerian this, Nigerian that. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, we are doing hookup. Why not leave the hookup and go and do your fufu work? Go and do your fufu and leave hookup for Nigerian girls. You guys are...
Did she say do your fufu walk? I promise you that's what I just heard. She said, why don't you go do your fufu walk? Damn. Everything we saying is coming true, ain't it?
Why not leave the hookup and go and do your fufu work? And do your fufu work. Do your fufu work. Do your fufu work. Go and do your fufu work. Go and do your fufu and leave hookup for Nigerian girls. Work. Go and do your fufu work.
You what?
Fufu work.
You what?
Fufu work.
Tell them again.
Fufu work.
Where you going?
Fufu work.
What they say?
Fufu work.
Where you at?
Fufu work.
Right now.
Fufu work. Go and do your fufu and leave hookup for Nigerian girls. You guys are so foolish, and you guys are very dumb. Ghanaian. People just be shouting Nigerian name up and down. You guys should go and rest. Go and rest, you Ghanaian girls. Go and rest and leave the hookup for Nigerian girls alone. Out there.
Damn. Y'all done pissed her off while she was doing her fufu walk. Do your fufu walk. I'll be damned. Hey, so you got the Prime Minister of Jamaica saying, y'all come back with crime, there's going to be some issues. And then you got her talking about some, don't come at me with no fufu walk. There are going to be consequences and repercussions. And then you see the numbers of these people just milking America. So once the USA got cut off, all of the people done. I told you, when a tether cannot tether on and you unravel them, they all drown, they all starve. And that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Apparently she out there trying to, call people out and doing the fufu walk or whatever she out there doing. It's her business. It's her prerogative. However, we know for a fact that whatever they out here talking about is clearly them trying to either get by or them trying to get over. Those are the two things that they do the most, fam. Get by or get over. And you already know it when you see it. So it's not really that difficult or not that hard to understand or hard to see. This is all a cash grab. Everything is a finesse. Whenever you think about tetherisms, just think finesse. Once you think finesse, you already got the answer. You already got it solved. You already got it played out. We have to keep everything in-house. The gatekeeping has to go to just another level, fam. We got to be like super gatekeepers right now. Super gatekeepers. We got to keep the gatekeeping extra strong because the gatekeeping is what's going to get us by, and the gatekeeping is what's going to keep us super tight and right where we belong. And you got a lot of people running around here, and they've been trying to get foundational Black Americans to share. And that's the way of the world. Notice that, fam, here, the fufu walk. They've been wanting to get foundational Black Americans to share everything because if they can get FBA to share, then that means they can get it, what belongs to us. And we're not allowing them to get what belongs to us. They got to get it on their own. This is what we're doing. This is why it's the delineation era. This is why we're so certified and we just operating on another level. But fam, you got a lot more of those scam Africans running around there. And one of the things we do, as I told you, they want to take reparations and they want to make it global reparations. They want to take it everybody reparations. Reparations just for Black. Reparations just for racism. Y'all remember when they was trying to push that, right? Reparations for racism? Damn that. We ain't on that. We want reparations for the lineage. Everything lineage based. I'm talking about every single thing you do has to be lineage based. Because the moment it's not lineage based, it's the moment everybody gets it. Y'all ever seen this individual right here? You want to talk about people who've been really trying to crowbar everyone into our reparations? This right here. Y'all seen this lady, this Jam Iria or whatever? She's one of those Pan-Africans who's been running around here on that scam African train trying to insert everybody into our reparations claim. This is what I'm talking about, why you have to be careful about who speaks on your reparations. Now we're taking the position of nobody can talk on our reparations at all. This is some scam African talk right here. Watch what I'm saying, fam, when I say these people do everything to crowbar themselves into our reparations.
This comment says, all I'm trying to do is teach Black history, and y'all need to read. Y'all need to read. Fake Black history, way too many people believe. Y'all need to read. I am so proud of our Haitian cousins because they are filing criminal charges against Donald Trump. Y'all need to read. This is how y'all be sounding. We was the original trees. We didn't come from Africa. We was the original trees. And my dad had talked to his grandfather, and his grandfather had said to his sister's cousin, uncle's grandfather, he used to have leaves for hair. Y'all need to read. Y'all need to read. Fake Black history. Way too many people believe the term African American was not made up by Jesse Jackson. Now, this is in response to a current conversation about Louisiana Creoles, and I just watched another video that has millions of views where a person is telling people that Jesse Jackson made up African American. Calling somebody uppity African is wild, especially considering the fact that many of our ancestors and elders were persecuted for being uppity Negroes. This comment says, all I'm trying to do is teach Black history.
Right there, y'all. This is one of those scam African people who been on the forefront of trying to get our reparations to include everybody else. All right. I've been seeing this individual for quite some time. She ended up, I remember a few years ago, she had some little Pan-African organization. They was having secret meetings. They were having little secret meetings where they literally openly opposed lineage specific terms. Like they didn't want the term foundational Black American. They didn't want American freemen. They didn't want any of that being used as identifiers for our lineage, heritage, and culture. That's one of those individuals right there. This is how they come around and they talk. I question her lineage. I'm going to be real with y'all. I think one of the things that they love to do nowadays, I know for a matter of fact, is what they love to do is they go back to the internet and they swipe all of the information about a lot of these people's backgrounds. That's one of the things they do in this era, y'all. They're very cautious about getting it out there in terms of people's backgrounds. Back in the old days, when people weren't being vetted, they would just have all their information out there. This their mom, this their dad, this their cousin, their grandparents. That's what they used to do back in the old days. They don't really do that anymore. What they do now is they go and they swipe everything. And a lot of these people who are tethers, they're always trying to tell you how reparations is for everybody. And they also hit you with their people are from Carolina. And they like to say Carolina a lot. That's what they always say. And it'd be somebody, you know, damn well is a tether. Straight up tetherism all day long. They were like, my people from Carolina, because they went back now, y'all, a lot of them, and they know where we're from. So they go and they try to say the same thing. I'm telling y'all, they scrub in the background of a lot of these tethers, y'all, a lot of them. And because they know we watch it. And when we weren't watching, they ain't really care. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really care too much when we weren't watching. As soon as we started kind of keeping an eye on these people's backgrounds, checking them goddamn hairlines and checking some of them foreheads, then they want to come back and run some game. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. Look at this right here. This individual right here, she has a real skeptical background. Let me show y'all this. This is some of her work right here. She's one of them people right here. She's tied into NARC and she's tied into the Democrats. And she's on some of those committees. She was on a task force to study the development of reparations proposals for African Americans. Watch this. You can see some skeptical things about her background right here. She talks about her name is Jessica and Juana, whatever. I'm a descendant of Africans that were enslaved in Georgia and South Carolina. The oldest known ancestor of my maternal side is John Hamilton, born in 1853. That's it. That's as far as you go back. Okay, interesting. These are some real tethered things right here. And his wife, Delaney, born in 1857. Both designated as mulattoes. You see, family? Already out the gate, when you start checking some of these skeptical backgrounds, she already's got some weird stuff about where her people go back to. And then she's got even more. I know. Look at her last name. Absolutely. Look at her last name. You running around here. Your last name is Zumbumba. And you talking about your people from South Carolina. Hell no. You got these folks running around here, family, and their last name will literally be Mutombo. And they be like, I'm from the Mutombos from Georgia. I ain't never met no Mutombo from Georgia. Nope. Real skeptical background. And then the people that she says she's descended from, she says they were both designated as mulattoes. You already see some real funny stuff going on with her. All right. But check this out. This is where it gets even more outrageous. Okay. Concerning lineage and special consideration for the direct descendants. She says, lineage is important to reparations discourse because our lineage was subjected to ongoing terror and systematic oppression. However, when anytime somebody says, however, what if, but, you know what's coming. However, the concept of lineage should not be limited to the system of chattel slavery. This limited description minimizes or erases the historical, ethnic, and cultural identities of both our ancestors and ourselves, which is essential for understanding and identifying the harmful communities. Hell no. Hell no, hell no, hell no. African Americans are a mixture of descendants of various African ethnic groups. Over time, with shared experiences, cultural fusion, listen to these words, y'all, cultural fusion. Do not use that term, cultural fusion. Cultural fusion basically is an all-encompassing term, fusion, which means they will fuse you in with the Indians, fuse you in with the Jamaicans, fuse you in with the Haitians. Cultural fusion. And combined, I can't see what she says there. African Americans became an ethnic group through the process of an ethnogenesis. Now she wants to use ethnogenesis, but she doesn't want to acknowledge that the ethnogenesis was amongst us here already in America. She wants to talk about an ethnogenesis with all of these other Africans. And she does not want to acknowledge that the ethnogenesis took course over thousands of years. She wants to make all this say it went on during slavery and after slavery. This is one of those we don't exist until slavery people. This is what this is. We're about to get into it. We're about to go into the indigenous side because this is something I want to go ahead and chop on. And we are also part of a larger ethnic identity consisting of the greater African diaspora and other Africans that endured the transatlantic slave trade and merged identities in the Western world all through an ethnogenesis. Family, let me ask y'all a question. Are you guys all card-carrying members of the African Diaspora Coalition? I'm asking that to the family right now because we got some certified foundational Black Americans. What's your LS? Meaning, what's your lineage status? What's your lineage status, family? Ours is Foundational Black American Freeman. That's my LS. What's your LS? Are we a part of the diaspora of Africa? You know, the same African diaspora that just had a reparations union and they weren't talking about us? Because I didn't see nobody talking about us there. Again, these are these fake groups they're trying to get us in. I see nope, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. I'm with y'all, family. I don't belong to none of that. None of that, none of that, none of that. And then she tries to use that. Now, family, this is where she gets all in. She gets all in right here. She says, I'll skip that paragraph right here and we'll get right to the point. Understanding people of African descent as a special category and African Americans as an ethnic group. This category of transatlantic slave trade survivors is a critical factor in better understanding lineage and how to navigate potential issues concerning race-based or race-neutral legislation. This is what they're talking about right here. Here you go. And now look at this. Concerning the community of eligible Black immigrants and Black American migrants. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn, you knew the immigrants was coming, y'all. You knew it. Reparations should be implemented through a streamlined, non-invasive approach that gives as many African Americans the opportunity to receive remedies as possible. Strict mechanisms of approval that would force families to take DNA tests to endure extensive genealogical background searches should be avoided. Whoa! She doesn't want to trace anybody. I wonder why. Family, she says she don't want to do no tracing at all. So you can confirm if somebody is a foundational Black American or not. So you can confirm if somebody is the offspring of ancestors of chattel slavery in the States. Nope. How come she don't want one? Because she wants it to be anybody who's Black can show up. There you go. Furthermore, this assertion that everyone can or will trace their ancestry does not account for the accountability or disability issues. This right here is the language. This is the language, you guys. Let's bring it on back. Let's bring it on back. This is the language. All right. All of these fake reparations, Tether, reparations, finesses, there's always language, and the language is everybody. It's always slanted to benefit them and to get away from lineage. They don't want to go to lineage, fam. This is the reparations generation. This is about lineage. Everything we do is lineage. The world, as I'm always saying, the world has become more and more lineage-based, more and more national, more and more ethnic. This is what it is. The planet is. America's just now getting to where everyone else is at. We got off of the scam African train at the right damn time. Because first off, that ideology does not exist. Second off, the more that ideology crashes out, falls out, breaks down, the more we get stronger. That's a tether right there. That's a tether clear as day. And she's in tether camouflage. And she's trying to pretend she's not a tether. She's running around here with a tether name, talking tether language, got tether verbiage and tether lingo, and trying to tell us she's one of us. No. This is what you would end up getting with that Tether Reparations, African Diaspora Union Reparations Committee, whatever the hell it was. That's what you get right there. It is a ploy and a sham that allows every single African to eat off of the plate of foundational Black Americans in terms of reparations. The world has never seen Black Americans this close to reparations before. Now they want to include all of these other groups in the process before it's too late. We're not allowing them. They want to add everybody and create cultural fusion, whatever the hell that means, so they can add them to our plate so everybody can eat off of what foundational Black Americans have created. The main thing they're doing now is they're trying to stop and dispel our ancestral background. Right now, y'all, FBA's got a lot of power. We got a lot of power. And I'm going to tell you where our power comes from, you guys. Our power comes from the fact that we are standing on lineage business and we're pushing our principles based on patriotism. I said it in Washington, D.C. Our patriotism ain't like the dominant societies. This is two different things from two different people. All right. When we start talking about patriotism, we're talking about what we created. We don't wave the flag for Thomas Jefferson. We don't wave the flag for George Washington. No, we're doing it for Tupac Shakur. That's who we're doing it for. Muhammad Ali. That's who we're doing it for. Two people can live in the same house. One person could be a Catholic. One person could be a Christian. One person could be a Muslim, but they live in the same house. See, for too long, Black Americans were inside of America, and we saw America as white people. That was the problem. That's what Scam African tries to teach you. Scam African teaches you to dispel your American heritage, dispel being patriotic in your own way. We always saw everything great about America as the dominant society. We was foreigners. We allowed them to push us to the foreigner table. We can't do that. Fred Hampton, absolutely. We can't allow these people to push us at the foreigner table. Yep, NARC, Cobra, all of those people, ADOS, all of those people have an agenda. You got a lot of different things that are moving separately from the way we're moving. You got some people who are Democratic shills. We know who they are. And then you got the other people who are scam Africanism. We're not on that type of time. We're pushing lineage-based culture. We're pushing lineage-based reparations. Everything has to be about us. We now are not operating as if we are some outsider. This is our country. This belongs to us. We fought in every single war. I don't know what else you got to do to own this country and own what you created in this country. Now, they can't use patriotism against us. They can't say, well, if you don't like America, you go home. Now we can say, oh, shit, we built America. We are as American as it gets. You go home. And then we can point to our indigenous nature in America and say, we predate all of y'all. See, this is what it's about. It's about standing on lineage. It's about standing on principle. And it's about standing on patriotism. Once you start identifying that foundational Black Americans have been here before there was a USA, and then when USA came about, we created it, they can't push you. You remember when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling? Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. And I remember telling somebody what Colin Kaepernick should have said. He should have stood up and said, oh, no, this is Black American patriotism. You don't like it, you go home. But instead, he made a mistake by basically allowing them to out-patriotize him. That's what he did. Donald Trump was saying, get the hell off the field. And then they fell back. That's not how you push. Every single thing you do it in the name of Black America. You got to make sure y'all having a conversation about America. We at the table because we're as American as anybody. Y'all having a discussion about American politics. We at the damn table because America revolves around us. I remember a time, like we said before, when you talked about reparations or you just talked about America, it'd be them scam Africans that would make you feel bad. They always pushed us onto being a foreigner. They always slanted us to being a foreigner. If you're a foreigner, you ain't got no say-so. That's what it's about. When you're an American, you can come to the table and talk. When you're a foreigner, you can't say nothing. How you gonna sit here and talk about American politics when you say you're an African lost in America? How you gonna talk about education for American cities when you say you're an African lost in the Western Hemisphere? That logic was so warped, and now we've gotten over it. And look at the gains that we've made by being patriotic. And when I say patriotic, remember, I'm not talking about the dominant society. Let me tell you, if a black person says patriotism, and the first thing that pops in your head is white people, then you already have a defeated mentality. You're already operating with a slave mind. When you say patriotism, I'm talking about the cookout. And at my family cookouts, dominant society can't come. We there by our goddamn self. When I'm talking about patriotism, I'm talking about Muhammad Ali, Fred Hampton. I'm talking about Huey Newton. I'm talking about Bobby Seale. That's what I'm talking about. The same way we live in a household and one person wants this for dinner and someone else wants this for dinner. Oh, y'all can be in the house of America and you could be celebrating Dolly Parton and I'm going to be over here with Aretha Franklin. You're an American? God damn it, me too. What ain't happening is you're celebrating America and I'm celebrating Africa. Hell no. So all of this foreign mentality that a lot of black people had in their head, we've gotten rid of that. And now look at the gains. They can't come at us and say, well, if you don't like America, leave. Now we saying you don't like America, leave. Because remember, we're the first. We're the originators. We started all of this. And after they tried to stop that, fam, now you're starting to see them say, well, damn, black Americans are as American as it gets. Donald Trump comes out here and Donald Trump says, y'all built America. Donald Trump starts talking about the 14th Amendment. Now they can't foreign us anymore. And that's because we've been standing on that real principle. I'm going to take it a step further. Now y'all starting to see them talk about our indigenous roots. This is really where you get them. Black American presence was in America way before the slave trade. Now you want to start talking business. Now you want to get to the facts. This is where you end everything. This is the final straw. They always want to reduce us to two things. Dr. Claude Anderson always says it best. Dr. Claude said in the history books, we only pop up twice. That has something to do with our oppression. We only pop up in slavery and we only pop up in the civil rights era. That's the only two things that you learn in school about black Americans. Slavery and the civil rights era. Now, black Americans are starting to point out our lineage. See, when you start getting on lineage, then you can go back as far as your lineage goes. The further back you go with your lineage, the more American you become. And then when you're finally done, you realize you've been here before every goddamn body. You are more American than every person who steps foot in this country. That's why lineage-based principles are so powerful. When you are lineage-based and you start to trace everything throughout your lineage, you're going to go all the way back and you're going to say, God damn, we predate slavery. And when I say predate slavery, I'm talking about thousands of years. Yeah. We're going to go there. This is where we are right now. We've been going back and saying slavery was the third, fourth, fifth wave of us. All of us right now, we're operating at minimum in the fifth wave of black people. The slaves came here and they mixed in with everyone who was already present in the United States of America. Yeah, and they were black people. And now, right now, what we're going to do, family, we're going to talk about something. I want to get to this. What you have is you got a lot of people trying to mongoloid black Americans. Let's go there. In terms of post-slavery, we done gatekeep, we done lineage-based. Now everybody knows who we are. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to jump back further and say, well, you guys aren't indigenous. They used to try to downplay us in slavery, us in the civil rights era. We done mopped all that up. Let me tell you something. We done G-checked to the point no longer can they debate us about post-slavery. They can't debate us about what went on during slavery. They can't debate us about the civil rights era. They can't debate us about the 1990s. They can't debate us right now. We won that. That's all us. We done made that crystal clear. That's FBA all day. So now their new tactic is saying, well, y'all weren't here before slavery. Y'all all came as slaves. And what are we doing now? We whooping their ass on that conversation because we have identified who we are and we have broke down everything that we talking about. They right now are on this process of trying to push us back and trying to get us twisted and tangled. And what we've been showing everybody is that by every single account, foundational black Americans were here way long ago. And let me say this. I'm going to say this right now. You want to know who the original Tether was? The original Tether was the Mongoloid. The Red Indian Pocahontas, that's the original Tether. I want you to think about that. The same way that they give our ancestry of Black American Indians to the Mongoloid Red Indian, that's the same way they try to give our current state to the illegal immigrants who come here. Talk that talk with me. The same way they take what we do now and they try to pass it off to the illegal immigrants is the same way they took our foundational Black American ancestors and give it to the Red Indian Mongoloid. That's the original Tether. This is what you come to find out. And what we've been doing, we've been dispelling all of that. All of that. You can't stand next to us. Everyone knows that Black Americans were here years ago. Every single thing, when you start tracing back evidence, when you start going down the list and you start seeing who was really here in this country, you do not see anybody other than Black Americans. You cannot find them. And we've actually even traced the date back to where you see when the Mongoloids even got here. Question is to everybody. I don't know who was listening to Tariq last night. I called into Tariq last night because some W from the Dominant Society called in. And his first thing was saying, well, you guys aren't really the Indians. It's really the Mongoloids. I told y'all the Mongoloids are the original Tethers. I told y'all that. That's what the Mongoloids are, y'all, the original Tethers. So somebody was coming out and they were trying to make the case that the Mongoloids were the originals. And, you know, I had to come in there and I had to go ahead and put that work down because we're not going for that. That's one thing and the one game we're not going to play. We're not going to play the game that the Mongoloids was first. We're not having none of that. We had to go ahead and put in that work. So I had to call in and I had the G-check dude. So I asked him simply, I said, okay, if the Mongoloids were the first people here in America, where they come from and when they get here? That's the question, family. We're going there today. Oh, smash that like button. We right here. We're not going to let them use the Red Indian and tether him on to all of our ancestors the same way they use the illegal immigrant and tether him on to what we're doing. One more time. We're not going to let them use the Red Indian and tether him on to our ancestors the way they tether on the illegal immigrant to us. No. So I asked him that and he couldn't identify the question. He was like, so you literally hear the guy Googling. He's like trying to type it in. I'm going to show y'all. This is what it is. This is what it. All right. I already see you already in the building right now. I see y'all. Y'all know what we're talking about. Yes, indeed. That right there, what we showed before, that right there is your Red Indian. And they was rocking heavy with the conservatives. They were rocking heavy with the Confederacy. Oh, yes, they were. They was rocking super heavy with the Confederacy. The Confederacy was where they was and who they was down with. Yes, the hell they was, family. Now, if you want to talk about way back then, and then you want to parallel that today, ain't that exactly what happens when they come over here? That ain't no different, family, than seeing everybody trying to get us involved in their illegal immigrant protests. Same thing. Use foundational Black Americans and then get off on the next train. You see what we saying? It's the same exact thing. Don't let them tether in the Mongoloid to try to reduce FBA being the originators. Don't let them do that because we ain't going for that. Hell no. But let me show y'all how I got dude froze. And this is the final straw. What you see right here, what I'm showing you right here, right now. This is where the Mongoloids came in from. That right there is called the Bering Strait. The Bering Strait. I'm going to go into Professor Alpha today. That right there is the Bering Straits, y'all. That is between Russia and the United States of America. Right there, North America, that is. All right. This is how they say that the Mongoloids ended up getting here to the Americas. They came over from the Bering Strait. This is the accepted knowledge that they use. Everybody uses this. This is what everybody says. This is all of their reasons. So when they start talking about America and who are the first Americans here, they always say, well, the Bering Straits now. We got to talk about the Bering Straits. That's where the Mongoloids came. The Mongoloids came in through the Bering Straits, and this is how they all got to America. Okay? There's a big problem, and there's a big, big gap in that, in which every single master teacher and every single foundational Black American intellectual has shown, and everybody knows that they've been lying about all of this. They know off rip. Before I proceed, let me put this up real quick. Fact. They came in from the Bering Straits. That is a fact. That is a fact. That did happen. They came in. The Mongoloids came in from the Bering Straits. Yes, indeed. The picture I just showed you a minute ago was the Bering Straits. But here's the problem. The Bering Straits look like that right there. What you see that is highlighted with the lines going through, that's called a polar ice cap. A polar ice cap meaning there ain't no way in hell anybody walked over the polar ice cap. So by all of their accounts, the Mongoloid crossed from Asia into the North Americas. And they did it going past the Bering Straits. But see, when people start lying, they start leaving out simple details. And foundational Black Americans, y'all know we see and we hear every goddamn thing. So the very fact that they crossed the Bering Straits, and we see all of that right there, let me read this to you. During the peak of the Ice Age, from about 26,500 to 19,000 years ago, enough water was locked up in a glacier ice that global sea level was about 130 meters lower than it is today. The Bering Strait had disappeared and a land bridge had emerged in its place. When the ice sheets melted around 13 to 11,000 years ago, the Bering Straits filled back up with water. That's interesting right there, family. That's a very interesting development. So the Bering Straits was frozen from 13 to 11,000 years ago. And then after the Bering Straits melted, it became a high catastrophe of flooding because, you know, a polar ice cap just melted. Okay. Well, if that's the case and everybody understands that, then we need to go ahead and start asking some real damn questions about these Mongoloids. There you go. They go to Bering Strait again. So if the whole polar caps were melted and these people were stuck on one side, and we now have been able to predate when they could have ever came to the United States of America, then we know automatically how the hell they get here if they had to cross over frozen ice cap. If you had to cross over frozen ice cap, that ain't happening. You ain't doing that. So what we do now, and we have it known, knowledgeable, on record, is that the frozen ice caps, the Bering Straits, were frozen at least 12,000 years ago. 12,000 years ago. So if nobody could have entered North America for at a minimum of 12,000 years, then somebody tell me how we have found remains of the oldest human, and it's discovered in Santa Rosa Island, and the remains date back to 13,000 years ago. 13,000 years ago, and now you find out that there's no possible way they could have came over 13,000 years ago. Then what does that tell you, family? That tells you off rip that it's all cap, and there ain't no way in hell that they were able to possibly cross over. What you do have is Black Americans who were here during that time, and we just took the whole Bering Straits Mongoloid Red Indian theory and we threw it in the damn drain. Because you ain't passing no polar ice cap for 13,000 years, but then they tell us that 13,000 years ago they found somebody already here. So that means that your ass is lying. That means we done called you bluff. And last night, when I was on my brother Tariq's space, you literally heard the W. I said, okay, tell me where they came from, and then tell me when they got here. He didn't know where the Mongoloids came from, and then he didn't know the time frame. See, he dealing with me. You dealing with a master. I said, tell me when. He said 15,000 years ago. I said they couldn't have came 15,000 years ago. He said, why? I said, because the Bering Straits didn't melt until 12,000 years ago. And even when it melted 12,000 years ago, it still took about 3 to 4 extra years before you got over the flooding. So I'm placing that at about 10,000 years ago. So if you weren't able to get in and you had access denied 10,000 years ago, how in the hell do we have things from 13,000 years ago? That means you're lying. That means you couldn't get through. And family, me being me, I want to take it a step further, and I want to show everybody not just that, not just do you have those actual instances where these people literally could not get in, these people literally could not come through. That destroys every notion that you see. This right here is a current look at the Bering Straits right here. Family, you know damn well they wasn't getting past that. They wasn't getting past that. No way at all. Ain't happening. But something is even bigger than that. This is really something that I found out and I want to share with everybody. Everybody. This is what I'm talking about, lineage-based. See, when we're lineage-based, family, you start to do research. And they always say the further back you go, the more black it becomes. And in America, the further back you go, the more Black American, more foundational Black American it becomes. And by us doing our genealogy, we went all the way back. But here's the thing. When you first talk, when you first start thinking about indigenous people and who was here first, the first thing you want to do, you want to go to the remains, right? You want to go to the remains. I'm about to have a Black Alpha exclusive. Check this out. First thing you want to do is you want to go to the remains. You want to say, okay, let me go see bones. Let me go see fossils. But you do know that there's other means of tracing human activity right here in the Americas. That's North and South America. It's not just bones. See, when you go back and you start looking for the bones, first off, I've heard that they found plenty of bones here that they just don't tell you about. Because remember, they always want to conceal this. The more they try to conceal about Black American Indians, the more they can uplift the Mongoloid. Because if they were to give us our true identity, then all of that, y'all needs to go back to Africa is done. Because now you've traced us here thousands of years ago. This is why this is so potent and so powerful. The fact that we're tracing our foundational Black American lineage family. We say foundational. What's more foundational? 500 years post-slavery or thousands of years prior to slavery? Foundational Black Americans are thousands of years prior to slavery. We are here and we have a presence way before slavery. And not only a presence, we have a presence where there was nobody. This is what it is. Understand. When you're talking about foundational Black American lineage, you're talking about a presence in America before anybody was here at all. Not we were here, they were here, they were here. No. We walked North America, South America thousands of years before anybody showed up. We splintered off into so many different groups. So when we say we had an ethnogenesis, that means we came, they came, we all talked, met, and then everybody re-encountered each other. It goes way deep. So when we see that we go all the way back and we pull that up, the first thing you want to say is remains. You want to start looking at the bones. You want to start looking at the fossils. Family, do you know they've actually found rocks that have been weaponized? They found arrowheads of rocks that predate 13,000 years ago with the bones found? Yes, they have. You found rocks that were sculpted so they can start fires. You found rocks that were sculpted as weapons. These start going back to 30,000, 40,000 years ago. This is how long we've been in the United States of America. And the main thing, and this is the main key point, they found footprint in the white sands of New Mexico. I've been there, and I swear to God, I've been there. The white sands in New Mexico, they found footprint that go back to 21,000 years ago. So if they found footprint that go back 21,000 years ago, and we know that the Bering Straits was frozen for 13,000 years, meaning the Mongoloids couldn't get here, that right there, family, is basically a 7,000 to 10,000 gap that we know for a fact there's no way they could have been here. FBA been here since day one. And when I say day one, I'm talking about day one. Change your calendar. Y'all want to see it? I got the picture. This right here are footprints of foundation. I'm about to show you the oldest footage of foundational Black Americans ever recorded. And it is in the white sands of New Mexico 21,000 years ago. It ain't just about bones and remains and fossils. You also have a plethora of different instances where you can see our presence. Check this out right here, y'all. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Let me show you what time it is. Here we go. Let me pull this up. I'm going to pull it up. You got the 13,000 right there, y'all, okay? You got the 13,000. Now let's get into, as I say, facts. This is the 13,000 remains, and now you have the 21,000 footprint. Right there, right there, right there. Fossilized footprints. Trackways in the park give us a glimpse into the lives of Ice Age animals and the people that lived alongside of them in the Tosa Basin. There it is. There it go. That you can find in New Mexico, in which I have been, the white sands, y'all. And those go all the way back to 21,000 years ago. It ain't just about the bones, family. It's not just about the bones. You can find even further evidence of foundational Black American presence right here. Those are human feet prints. Those are in the white sands in New Mexico. And now you see that everything is FBA. You can't say this, Mr. Jorge. That right there is what we're going to say is an absolute positive fact based on actual evidence. And for those who have not seen it, check this out right here. Other evidence of early human presence. Footprints in the White Sands National Park. Footprints found in the White Sands National Park date back between 21,000 and 3,000 years ago. Footprints indicate that humans and megafauna coexisted for thousands of years. Family, they said the Mongoloids couldn't have came here until 12,000 years. Last time I checked, 21,000 years ago is far more back than 12,000 years ago. So it goes to show you, foundational Black Americans are the originator, and our originator-isms go back even further than they wanted to ever acknowledge. It goes back way further than they ever wanted to bring up. It goes back way further than they ever wanted to speak on, but we're speaking on it. So what happens when they can't take that away from us? What happens when they can't steal that? And everyone knows that we can break this down clear as day, y'all. Look at the slave ships. Let's go there to all the lies they tell. All right. The slave ships and what it took for people to get here as slaves. There is no possible way that there's this number of slaves in the Americas and they all came here via boats during slavery. The numbers don't equate. The only answer that you can convey after that is that there were already millions of people here. And then the slaves came here and they intermixed. That is black and black. See, they always tell you about the out of Africa. And when you start talking about the out of Africa, the first thing they do is they show you some went north into Europe, some went east into the Middle East, and they even tell you some went south into South Africa. When they say they went west, what do they do, y'all? They say they went west and then they stopped at the ocean. You mean to tell me that everybody else migrated? They went over the Mediterranean Sea into Europe. They went into the deserts in the Middle East. They went south and then they just stopped. Remember, in Africa, there was literally the Nile River. There was all types of rivers, especially back then. You're talking about thousands of years ago. They weren't afraid of water. So what ended up happening is that the Africans that migrated west and they got to the actual ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, they took the same exact paths that the hurricanes take. And they have an actual current that you can get in there and you ain't even got a paddle. You can get in there, you ain't got the paddle, and it's going to bring you right on down here to the Amazon. It's going to take you close right here, Georgia, Florida. Then you can finally get right here. That's how they got here. Reasons why they don't want to do that. One, they don't want to bring that up because that shows a black presence here in the Americas. Two, they don't want to give the Africans credit for being far more intelligent than they thought. They were already taking navigation and ships way then. That was in. This is the original people. The first people who got here, they were click talkers. Dr. Kaba Hiawatha Kamene, shout out to him. He told me this personally. You're starting to talk about the Boutés and all of these different tribes. The tribes and people who were here first, the Twa, all of them is well known. Don't be listening to none of these people trying to red Indian you. In the scholastic world, the intellectual world, all of this is proven solid. This is solidified information. Don't let nobody trying to say, no, man, it was them. Hell no. This is all known. Rest in peace to Dr. David M. Hotep. He talked about this a long time ago. Dr. Ivan Sertiman, great. Dr. Ivan Sertiman put out good work. Dr. David M. Hotep, who studied him, took it to another level, the same way somebody's going to take it to another level what I'm talking about. This is how it ended up increasing. This is how it went. Yep, Mississippi. This is why when you go down to Mississippi, you have all black Native American tribes down there. All black Native American tribes in Mississippi and Louisiana, and they've never seen a Mongoloid, and they were never around anybody from the dominant society. And do you know what they call the Mongoloids? They call them invaders. Yes, you do. They're all the way down there. All my people in Mississippi and them, y'all know what it is. Down in Mississippi and Louisiana, you got all full-blooded black Indian. I'm not talking about the black folks who were enslaved by the red Indians and try to get reparations on the plantation. I'm not talking about treaties with the red Indians. No, you got full-blooded black American Indian tribes in Mississippi and Louisiana, and they've never dealt with the Mongoloids, and they refer to the Mongoloids as invader. You know, like I know, if I call you an invader, that means you came second. So all of this stuff about the Mongoloids being here, family, we're talking about 21,000 years ago. We're talking about 13,000 years ago. Both of those predate 12,000 years ago that they claim that the Mongoloids came here. We know that the Mongoloids couldn't have crossed the Bering Straits because, like we said, it's an ice block. So they're literally telling us a lie that doesn't even compute. And they're only doing this because the red Mongoloid Indian is the original Tether. The same way they want to give the red Mongoloid Indian our ancestral presence in America is the same way they tried to give our ancestral presence right here today to the illegal immigrant. It's the same exact thing, y'all. So Tether's been around for quite some damn time, quite some time. So this is where you see it. And you have all black Native American tribes. And what they ended up doing, they start trying to conflate us with all these people. And they start trying to twist our identity. See, the dominant society, they know when they can't be clear with you, they love to go to their second option. What's their second option? Is being murky. They love when things are very murky and very unclear. They'll take something that you know for a fact and they'll try to questionize it. They always try to put a question mark at the end of something you know is a fact. They'll say, what if? Who knows? We don't know yet. That's why they always do that. Think about everybody. Trayvon Martin, Jordan Davis, Mike Brown. We all know what happened to them. But the dominant society always comes in and they say, well, let's make it unclear. This is what they try to do about America. Everybody knows in the intellectual world that Black Americans were the originators here, and it dates back thousands of years. This is known. There's been peer-reviewed books that even white scientists will agree with it. And the dominant society don't really like when their W's agree with it. You got all types of factual evidence that is empirical, that everybody understands we're the originators. And guess what they end up doing, family? They just act like they don't know, and they just keep pushing the mongoloid. So this is what you're seeing now, because they can't sit next to us about post-slavery, all right, about the civil rights era. They can't do that. So now you're going to start seeing a platoon of people trying to start kicking this mongoloid thing again. That's why when you start hearing the Mexicans, they say, we're the indigenous people. No, they're not. No, they're not. They know they're not. They know they're not. They're the descendants of those people. Remember, you started seeing these people work with the Confederacy. You start seeing these people sell us out. They cut all these back deals. These people have never been our side. We've been the originators, the ones from the giddy up, from the get-go, and always standing on real lineage business. So once again, family, this right here is the picture that shows everybody that not only are the original bones, and like I said before, we all know that you've had all types of bones found in America that they just don't talk about. They don't talk about. Trust me, that one oldest remain that they say is 13,000 years ago, family, this is why everybody in y'all head, you heard that story, but you've heard like 3 other ones. You say, yeah, but I also heard about this, and I also heard about this. We've all heard about a woman, and then there was a guy, and this was 13,000 years ago, and it was a Black person. This was 20,000 years ago. Family, all of that is true. They found a plethora of remains and bones that are belonging to Black people that they just keep quiet. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. That's absolutely true. So this is what they do, family, because they want to run from the facts. So when you start seeing that right there, family, there's all types of evidence. I'm talking about, like I said, you have rocks that were weaponized. You have all types of feet print that have been found. You have all types of bones that have been found. And not only the bones and stuff that have been found, but also you've seen everything that they're talking about in terms of different things that they found way back in Africa. Now let's go there. That's one. So what you have here first, family, is you're going to have the click talkers. And I'm talking about the original people who first migrated out of Africa. And I'm talking thousands of years ago. Dr. Kaba Hiawatha, he told me that they're going to start pushing back these numbers because science evolves. And the more they evolve, the more it gets Black. Y'all all know the adage. The more you go back, the more Black it becomes. And at first I started hearing 30,000. Then you start seeing science evolve and you start hearing 40,000, 50,000. But you never hear Mongoloid. Remember, it's always Black keeps going back. Mongoloid never changes. It just stays right where it's at. This is why they can't really talk about what went on. They want to make America a mystery. Can we go there, family? When you start going to places like Europe, you go to Africa, you go to the Middle East, they got a well-documented background about what they were doing in ancient times. You ever know when it gets to America, they want to get very murky again. They want to act like, well, we don't really know what was going on in America. We're not sure. You mean to tell me every single other continent and every single other country, they know what happened, they know what went on, but when it gets to America, nobody knows? They always purposely want to make the history of America very murky and hard to understand because they don't want to give you indigenous status, original status. And remember, fam, when they start saying aboriginal, remember, aboriginal means aboriginal. That comes from the second. We're the original. There's no extension to who we are. All right. There's no add-ons. That's how we are. So they always want to create that, fam. You, all of you, your bloodline right here in the Americas, in my belief, goes back 75 to 100,000 years ago. And by the time the slaves got here, it was just another run. Remember, y'all, you had the kingdoms of Egypt who came here. You had the kingdoms of Mali who came here. And I also know, which they don't want to talk about, my understanding is that Africa, and everybody knows this, Africa had already mapped out the planet and they were coming back and forth to America. Like we go to Jamaica. You know how people say, man, I want to go to Hawaii for a vacation? That's how it was. I want to go to Jamaica for a vacation. That's how it was. They were like, hey, let's go to the Americas. They've been called the Americas at that time, but they said, let's go that way. All right. So remember, there was 3 to 4, perhaps even 5 different waves. You have the original people. I'm talking about the click talkers, the Twa. You have them. Then you start having the kingdoms who came here. And none of these people are coming together. The kingdom of Mali came here separately. All right. And then the kingdom of Egypt came here separately. The click talkers came here thousands of years before them. Family, when you start talking about the Egyptian empires that came here, you're talking thousands of years ago. When you start talking about the click talkers, they came here thousands, double-digit thousands of years before that. How many more thousands can you go? You got to understand and comprehend time to really go there. So when you're talking about they came here, they came here, they came here, by the time the slaves got here, you're talking about the 5th wave of Black people. And then you started seeing the intermixing. One of the reasons, and a lot of people believe that why we are exceptional is because we have so much exceptional bloodlines that all came here to the Americas and intermixed, foundational Black Americans. Okay, so it's not just these click talkers, it's also this kingdom. And some people came and they say, hey, I'm gonna stay here. All right, cool, man, see you, peace out. I'll see if I come back in 3 years. All right. And then another person came, they built their stuff, Hey, they seen them. Hey, man, how long y'all been here? We've been here for thousands of years. Cool, let's meet, boom. And then they end up having babies. So the bloodline got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is how we grew. Nobody has a relationship spiritually, physically, mentally with the Western Hemisphere of the Americas like us. Slavery is just an extension to how we've been here. And then when the slaves came here and they started intermixing with the people who were originally here, this is when you started to see us go through with all of the power. All right, so don't let them put that even on Africa. Remember, y'all, you have distant African ancestry, not immediate. And last time I checked, immediate means everything, meaning my mama is more important to me than my 15th, 17th, 18th auntie. All right. My brother is more close to me than my 100th cousin. So when they start trying to Africanize us, what they're doing, y'all, is that they're trying to make us Africanized based on something that's immediate. We don't have anything that's immediate with Africa. Even if you include the slaves who came here, they intermix with people who have been here for thousands of years. So the thousands of years of people already being here, and then the slave, that still supersize one another, where the person who had been here thousands of years was already popping. So no, we are as American as it gets. It gets no more American than certified foundational Black Americans. We've done beautiful things, and our ancestry right here in this country is impeccable. It's really a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, especially when you start really doing your work. Let me show y'all something else, and I know y'all know about this. Y'all want to go there? Let's talk about the mounds that have been here. Let's talk about the mounds. All right. Shout out to all my people. They want to tell us that we came here just as slaves and the Mongoloids were here. Then how do you explain all these mounds that are all through the Midwest, all through the South? Somebody explain that to me. Look at these mounds. A lot of y'all seen these with your own eyes. I remember being a kid traveling from Kentucky to Ohio, and I used to see all of these mounds, and I used to be like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? And what it really means is we are the first people here, and we were already doing crazy things. Yep, mounds in Cincinnati. Shout out to Cincinnati. Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about in Cincinnati. I know exactly what you're saying. Absolutely. Mounds going all through the Midwest, particularly, and the South, all through them. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Look at that, family. If this is something that the Mongoloids done, then how come none of them take claim to this? Notice, fam, even if they barely want to bring up the Mongoloids, if they really even want to bring it up, because they don't really want to bring it up, how come you never hear the quote-unquote Pocahontas? How come they don't ever bring up the mounds? You don't ever hear them take claim for this because they know it's not their own. They know it's not their own. How come these go so unclaimed, y'all? Mounds in Georgia, absolutely. How come these go so unclaimed? Nobody ever, shout out to Ohio, much love. Nobody ever brings them up. Nobody, you don't ever hear Pocahontas talking about the mounds. You don't ever hear Pedro talking about the mounds because they are not the owners of them at all. These all belong to Black people. And by the way, when you hear people say, when Christopher Columbus got here and he said that he saw black people. Now they'll start trying to spin that. They'll start saying, no, he really meant he saw brown people, and they'll try to make it look like it was the Mongoloids. He knew what black was because you had 2 black Moors on the damn boat. That's how he got navigated to come here. And when the Maroon Wars were going on, the Seminole Wars with the Maroons, everybody knows Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson is the president in which Jacksonville, Florida is named after. They created my home state of Georgia by way of Ohio. They created Georgia because they were coming from South Carolina to Florida, and they was getting served. So they had to create a middle state there. And he went back up to Washington, and he said, these are not Mongoloids or Red Indians that I'm seeing. These are black people. It is documented. So when they start talking about Christopher Columbus, they don't ever bring up Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson out his own mouth. And remember, Andrew Jackson was one of the main people who went after the Mongoloids. He had a whole different issue with the Mongoloids. So he knew what them and the black people were. They said, go down there and go get them Indians. He went down there and he went back up and said, these is N-I-G-G-E-Rs. These aren't Indians that I'm down there fighting. And you notice this, family? How come you never hear the Pocahontas community? They don't ever take claim to the Seminole Wars. They don't ever talk about the Maroon Swamps. How come? All you got to do is watch and see what they don't stake claim to. They don't never stake claim to the mounds. They don't never stake claim to those 20,000 year ago footprints. They don't never stake claim to the oldest bones and remains. They don't ever stake claim to that because they know it's not them. Family, somebody walk into a room and they say, man, that Ferrari outside's nice. And I don't say nothing because it ain't my Ferrari. If somebody comes in here and says, by the way, man, I love that new Lamborghini out front, I'm going to be quiet because I don't have a Lamborghini. And that's how they are. They get mute. The only time they ever really want to bring things up is when they can try to get something that belongs to us. They don't never go there with these. So there's a lot of hidden things that they don't really want to talk about, but we already know. Absolutely, the Black Seminoles. And Seminole really just means runaway, okay? So they understand who they are. Family, it's been proven. Everybody knows it. I'm not going to tell y'all some y'all don't already know. Y'all know damn well the Trail of Tears and Black Wall Street. Y'all already know the connection. Y'all know the connection. Again, notice they don't never want to get in on the ancestors and the offspring. You think people are just making it up when they start talking about the offspring of the Trail of Tears and they all went to Oklahoma and then boom, there's this flourishing all black town? How the hell did it go from Mongoloid when they was in Florida and somehow by the time they got to Oklahoma, it's a flourishing Black American town? Because it wasn't the Mongoloid Red Indians. That's why. They all get mute when it goes there. They know what it is, y'all. They know exactly what it is. More mounds, more mounds, more mounds all throughout the United States, and they never stake claim. Now, this right here, y'all, this is the White Sands in New Mexico in which the footprints of the indigenous Black Americans were found. This is the White Sands. I've been there. I drove all through that, y'all. All through that. For my brothers and sisters who've been to New Mexico, Texas, the Texas border, I've been through their family, and I know exactly what it is. Our ancestors used to walk all through that. And I'm talking about the old ancestors way, 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 way back in the day. White Sands right there. So they found those fossilized footprints as well as many, many others. And they don't want to give it the proper acknowledgement because, once again, any acknowledgement of this means that foundational Black Americans got to get the credit. The reason why a lot of times they don't want to acknowledge, because in order to acknowledge means somebody has to get the credit. They don't want to give us the credit because they know damn well it'll all empower us. All of this will empower foundational Black Americans, and the name of the game is to keep us not empowered. So they'll start talking about all these things that never really went on. They'll start talking about all these things that don't exist. But those right there are the sands in which Black Americans used to walk all the way through. So y'all notice that they always want to deny the Black Indian. You ever notice that? That's like this thing, y'all. They don't ever want to acknowledge the Black Indian at all. They don't even want to talk about the Black Indians that are around today. You got Black Indians right here, right now, and they don't want to talk about them. How come they don't? And then let me say this as well, y'all, because they'll start hitting you with DNA tests. Let me go there about the DNA test. You got to be very cautious when they start talking about DNA tests, all right? Because isn't it funny? Let me ask y'all this question. Isn't it funny to you that they can say they did a DNA test on the Mongoloids? So, like, for instance, they'll go do a DNA test on like the Native Americans here in America, what they refer to as the Native American, right? And they'll say, I did a DNA test and I have Native American blood. But then they'll tell you that the Native Americans are mixed race. So how come you didn't give us their mixed ancestry? Shouldn't you see that their ancestry goes back to Asia? Isn't it funny they always want to DNA test us and they want to take it back to Nigeria, take it back to the Congo? Then how come Pocahontas right here in America, how come her DNA test doesn't go back to Asia and Siberia? How come? How come their DNA test don't ever go back to Australia? Ain't it funny, family? You notice, fam, whenever they start doing these DNA tests, they always want to send us back to Africa. But with them, they don't ever want to send them back to Asia. They just stop it, say, boom, because they want to give you the perception that these individuals are the original people and it goes back no further than them. We don't fall for that. And to be honest with you, if you were to do like for instance, gumbo, right? For my people in Louisiana, gumbo. When you eat gumbo, gumbo is the mix. But if you talked about the ingredients of gumbo, then you would say, I got sausages in here, I got goddamn greens, whatever you put in your stuff, okay? Then you start getting into the ingredients. How come with them, they don't ever get into the ingredients? They just say, boom, native, that's it. With us, they want to talk about the ingredients. They want to say, oh, Congo, oh, Zaire. They want to take us way back over there, okay? They want to make us look like we are distant from America. They want to make them look like they are native to America. That's why I refuse to use the term Native American. Family, I'm not going to use the term Native American because they're not Native Americans. That's just what it is. I mean, you could say native like you're born here, like somebody could be born here tomorrow and be native, but I'm not going to use the term Native American that gives this connotation that they are the original. I'm not going to use that term. Any term that is meaning original, I will not use on them. I will only exclusively use that on us. Bottom line, family. Bottom line, bottom line. So no. It's for instance, I'm not going to call myself a 7 foot tall alpha because I ain't 7 foot tall. All right. I'm not going to call myself millionaire alpha because I ain't a millionaire. So I'm not going to say these people are indigenous and I'm not going to say that they are the originators because they're not. That's just what it is. So bottom line, hail to the no, hail to the no, hail to no. And right there, I see that 40 million FBA and you see that they've been out here trying to stop our numbers. They don't even really want our numbers out there, y'all. They be like, man, let's keep them numbers low now. Every single thing is an act to reduce foundational Black American presence in the Americas. Because again, foundational Black American presence in America petrifies them. Because the more foundational Black Americans are out here standing on lineage business, the more foundational Black Americans are really saying, you can't pull that patriotism stuff on me, because that's really what it is now, y'all. They can't pull that patriotism stuff on us. They used to be able to pull that, and Black folks to get frustrated, upset, hurt feelings. They used to always try to pull that. This right here, y'all notice they don't ever want to bring this up right here either? Check this out. Here we go. They don't ever want to show y'all this right there. Notice that, family? Notice they don't ever want to bring that up. They don't want to talk about the indigenous foundational Black Americans. They don't ever want to talk about the Black American Indian. And let me give you another little reverse psychology and psych-op. They always want to hit you with the Indian, but they always want to make it look like we were enslaved by the Indians. Yes, that's true, but that ain't what it is. The Native American Pocahontas Indian, all that was someone who stole our identity. They were reclassified. That's all that is, y'all. That was Mongoloids reclassified as Black Indians. That's it. It ain't that deep. They was reclassified as Black Indians right there. That right there is a foundational Black American doll. They didn't just go around and make Black dolls just for fun back then. That's not really the type of game that they was on. That's not really what they was doing. So if they was doing that, that's because they seen something. They seen something that spooked them. That's what it is. So the fact that they've been running around here trying to run that game on us, man, hell no. Never, not at all. You cannot trick us. You cannot manipulate us. Everything is to reduce our ancestral presence right here in the United States of America. The origins of the Americas is very clear. The occupants of the Americas is very clear. Foundational Black Americans. And I'm talking about thousands of years ago. We know exactly when we got here. We know exactly where we came from and how long we've been here. These other people, it's very murky. Like I told you, I asked old buddy, I said, when did the Mongoloids get here? He couldn't answer the question. And then when he finally answered the question, he said 15,000 years ago. That's cap. So they already put lies inside of their answers. And the fact that we expose them, it's a wrap. They don't ever want to do that. See, what ended up happening is when Black Americans got here, okay, say, for instance, when slaves got here, all the dominant society did, he seen all of us who were free and he just reclassified us as slaves. He said they're all slaves. What's the best thing to do? It's a very tricky thing that they pull. What's the best thing to do? They don't want to say that there's already millions of black people here because now they can't stake claim to America. No. So the two things that the dominant society did, the dominant society did two major things, two major trick bags that he pulled. He's seen that there was already millions of black people here when he brought the slaves over. And what he ended up saying is that those millions of people here, they're just slaves that either escaped or they're slaves that we set free. So this is why everybody thinks that our history starts with slavery, because they tricked you into believing that the millions of people here, he brought them all over here. He didn't bring over millions of black Americans. The millions of black Americans were already here. He just reclassified them. That's all he did. Because if he reclassifies them as freed slaves or runaway slaves, that still gives you the notion that he brought them over. You see what he did? Now he's saying that he brought them over and they're just free. So he took millions of people who are already here and he basically told you a lie. Oh, we brought them here. We just let them go. But either way, you still think that he brought you here. You see what they did. The second lie he pulled is he turned around and he said, oh, all of those Mongoloids, let's take them and give them the identity of all those millions of black people that were already here. And those Mongoloids turned on a lot of the black people. The black folks who were the original Indians that actually dealt with them, they started cutting deals. All that stuff about the deals getting cut, a lot of the Mongoloids, they cut deals and they turned on the black American Indian. That's what they did. And they started taking all the trinkets. As a matter of fact, the Mongoloid Indian did the same exact thing that the Africans did to other Africans in the tribe. So the Africans who were in the tribe who turned on their fellow African for the dominant society, the Mongoloids, they turned on and they turncoated on all the black American Indians and they started cutting deals. Family, you already know the dominant society's tactics. That's what the dominant society does. He goes to Mr. Fufu and he says, hey, turn on Mr. Jollof and I'll give you this. So he went to the red Indian Mongoloid and he said, hey, you go ahead and cut deals with us against the black American Indian and I'll give you this. What did he ended up giving them? He gave them our identity because they never identified as Indians. Okay. We were the black American Indians. He gave them that identity. He gave them the indigenous status. He gave them the origins, meaning every single thing that we created, they took it and they gave it to the red Indian and they signed little deals. That's why they started fighting in the wars on behalf of the Confederacy. That's why they were out there supporting every single thing that the W did. The black American Indians, it's well documented, we went to war with them. You know how they tell you the story? They say that the Pocahontas Indians, what do they say? They say the Pocahontas Indians, basically, they were nice. You know how they give you the, let's go there, family. Boy, we cooking today. You know how they give you the Thanksgiving story and they tell you a story of how the W came over here and the red Indian was so nice to him and they made treaties and deals and basically the W connived him. That's partially true. I'm going to tell you where the lies are and I'm going to tell you where the truth is. It is true. The red Indian was very nice to the dominant society, meaning he didn't fight back. But who's got the stories of fighting and resisting him? The Maroons, the black American Indians. So by their own stories, you see the Mongoloids did Thanksgiving dinner and had friends and made treaties with them. And the black Americans fought back. So who's the sellout here? They answered their own damn question and we dropped our own damn receipts, family. The Mongoloids made deals and had Thanksgiving and wanted to be the W's buddy. And they turncoated. And the black Americans got stories about the Maroons and the Seminole Indians fighting and going down to the swamps. Look at the difference, fam. If you have the Mongoloids and then you have the black American Maroons, look at the stories and see who they tell you fought and see who they told you had Thanksgiving dinner. And then you already know who the rebel and the revolutionary and the original was. And then you already see who the imposter was. Easy as 1, 2, 3, man. They don't want no smoke, man. They don't want no problems. That's exactly what it is. The Seminoles stood up, fought back. That's why, notice, when we, fam, think about it. When we talk about our history as black American Indians, it's about fighting back. It's about warriors. It's about standing strong. When you hear the Pocahontas story, it's about being lied to, being hurt, being friends, making treaties. So you already see who the sellout was, and then you see who the warrior was. And this is just another split in between them coming thousands of years after we had already been here. Family, you got to understand, we had already been here 50,000 years before they ever even showed up. So the fact that somebody came here 50,000 years after us and was able to get our identity, oh, they was doing some damn tap dancing. They was doing some serious tap dancing. So that all goes back into play. Our indigenous history is undeniable, not debatable. We represent who we are to the most highest fashion thoroughly, and everybody else just has to deal with it, accept it, and understand it. And by us now acknowledging, because remember, y'all, these conversations we're having right here, you used to hear a bunch of pseudo wacky ass conversations about this, and they would just take it too far. And they were like, what really happened was the stars opened. Now we're starting to have more of a practical conversation about our origins here in the Western Hemisphere and the North America and South Americas. This now is starting to empower us further. We're going into the second stage of delineation and lineage base. First lineage base was post-slavery civil rights. Now we're going all the way back and we're cleaning up the previous version of it. That's where we're going to now. And this is where it's going to get even more powerful. We are the originals right here in the Americas. It was foundational Black Americans, and we existed here for thousands of years before the Mongoloid ever showed up. Remember, the Mongoloid could not have showed up anywhere between 8,000 to 7,000 years ago because there was a landlock, which meant his ass could not come. That's what it is. Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. The Mongoloid couldn't come here from anywhere between 13,000 to 15,000 years ago, because it was landlocked, and then after the landlock proceeded with flooding. So we know that they couldn't even step foot in the Americas. There was no way. There was a polar ice wall. So if they couldn't come here for 13,000 to 15,000 years ago, but yet we see evidence of 13,000, 14,000, 20,000, 40,000 mounds all out the United States, who was here first, y'all? That was us. It all goes back to certified foundational Black Americans. They cannot see us. They cannot stop us. We moving too strong. There's going to be somebody out there saying, man, let me tell you something, man. We wasn't the first. Damn that. There's going to be a whole lot of people trying to tell us that we weren't the first. FBA's always been the first, family. And that's where the ethnogenesis resided. There was not an ethnogenesis of us and some modern Africans. The ethnogenesis took place thousands of years ago, family. Before you showed up, your grandma, your grandma's grandma, your great-great-grandma, your great-great-great-grandma. Before any of our immediate grandmas showed up, we already went through the ethnogenesis. All we know is coming to this world as foundational Black Americans who are here. I always say this, and I was literally just having this conversation. Chances are, and I mean this to the T, not even chances are, high probability, every single one of us has just as much indigenous original bloodlines from those original indigenous Black Americans as we do the slaves. Do not look at the slaves as the start of our existence and our presence. Look at the slaves as the fourth or fifth wave of it. Okay, so you have great-great-grandma, and then you got great-great-granddaughter. One just got here, but is all a part of that, and then they all intermix, and that's what made FBA so special. This is why we are moving so different. This is why we move so functional, and this is why nobody can see us on no means at no level. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something. If we want to go there, since we in here thick tonight, let me show y'all something that only highlights foundational Black American existence and only highlights the exceptional nature of FBA. I want to show y'all again more evidence that has been compiled. When I was sitting there talking about deals being made, family, you don't ever see these deals with the Black American Indians. Look at this right here. Look at them deals they was out there making, y'all. They was out there cutting deals left and right, because they've never seen themselves as us. Never, never, never. But if we want to go down the timeline, I told y'all, it ain't no deep game. It ain't that tricky. It ain't that complex. Our history is very well documented. Just don't listen to the people who are lying to you. If you want to go there, just don't listen to the people who are lying to you, and you got your answer. This was them right there cutting deals. 1924 photo of Native American leaders meeting with the American president. Family, this is them right there. This is the Mongoloids. They've been out there cutting deals. You know what they was talking about? They were saying, hey, here you go. You get all of that. You can get all the FBA identity. We're going to go ahead and hand it to you. That's all it is, family. They've been cutting deals. This is why we are where we are. Our warrior, let me see y'all faces real quick, man. Our warrior ancestry is so powerful. That's why when you hear about modern times It's about us fighting for what's right and standing up for ourselves. Prideful. That's why when you hear about indigenous, that's why when you hear about the past, it's about us standing up. Family, think about this. I'm going to tell you how deep we run, okay? Right now, all of us right now, certified Black society, we're doing what? We're fighting for reparations. We're fighting for justice. We're standing on lineage business right now today. Then you want to rewind time, go to the civil rights era. This is what our grandparents were doing. They were standing on lineage business and fighting for what's right for themselves then. You want to go back to slavery. They were fighting for their rights, standing on lineage business then. Now let's go to the time that nobody really wants to talk about, but we're going to talk about. Rewind past slavery, because remember, we didn't start as slavery. Slavery joined in on our presence. You want to go beyond slavery, go all the way back to the Seminole Wars, the Maroons. They were fighting for its right. Those groups that you just seen right there, you see them cutting deals, having committees, making meetings, and always around the W. You don't ever see no pictures with Maroons doing that. You don't ever see no pictures of Seminoles doing that. You see, the same way right now, you see all of them hanging out with the dominant society today, and you see us over here minding our own business. Family, our history in this country, let me even take that step further. Our history in this country goes as far back as anybody can imagine. And as far as our history goes in this country, is as far as we've been standing on business in this country. It is absolutely powerful when you really, really break down how thorough foundational Black Americans are, man. We are exceptional beyond exception. Check this out right here, too. I'm going to show y'all this. Okay, one more time. There you go, right there, family. The Tulsa Rosa Basin, right there, New Mexico. This is where you can find the footprints. 21,000 years ago, fam. All the way live. Check that out right there. 21,000 to 23,000 years ago. That's what you see right there. So that's proven right now, family, that we've been here well beyond. Right there goes the mounds that we were just talking about. Right here's the Bering Straits again. This tells you about the Bering Straits. This shows you that there ain't no damn way that they was there 13,000 to 11,000 years ago. Easy work, easy work, easy work. But even taking a step further, look at this. Look at the beautiful sisters of Black Wall Street, Tulsa, 1906. Boy, there's so much beauty in there. I'm surprised that the camera could even hold it, y'all. We got offsprings of the original foundational Black American Indian. We got offsprings, family. Oh, look at us. We something special, y'all. We something special. Look at us right then, right there. Look at those beautiful certified foundational Black Americans, man. Come on. Can't nobody see us. They are the offspring of the foundational Black Americans that were out here in Georgia, Florida, holding it down. See, we don't just start at slavery. We go all the way back, and we're proud of every single one of our ancestors, no matter how long ago it was. It could be 400 years ago, it could be 500 years ago, or it could be 20,000 or 40,000 years ago. It don't matter. You pick the number, family, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that certified on it. Trust and believe me when I tell you that. We represent all the way across the board. These are the certified sisters that they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about how their ancestors are our ancestors, and both of our ancestors collectively always stood up, fought back, and held it down. Beautiful, 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 beautiful foundational Black American excellence in the building, in the place. Y'all know how we get down. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to be FBA, y'all. They can try to stop us. They can try to confine us. There's nothing they can do. Our history is not like anybody else's. We are magnificent. We are phenomenal. And we operating on another plane. So much that we operating on another plane. And since I know you guys are family, let me show y'all something beyond right here. This right here, family, you see, is the beautiful foundational Black Americans of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Since we're so passionate about our lineage, heritage, and culture, I want y'all all to say hello to my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful grandma right there. That is my grandmother, Antoinette, right there, y'all. Rest in peace, grandma. Love you with a passion, okay? That is my grandmother right there. That is my mama's mama. You dig? Certified salute. And this is how our lineage is, and we do not play. Do not let them tell you, family, that these people are from Africa, because the beautiful women of Tulsa, Oklahoma are not, and my grandmother damn sure wasn't. Never, not at all, family. My grandmother is from right here in the United States of America. You can catch all of our foundational Black American pride all throughout the South. I'm talking about Mississippi. I'm talking about Georgia. I'm talking about Kentucky. I'm talking about Ohio. They cannot dispute that, refute that, family. Never, not at all. So that's my beautiful grandmother. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? And we all stand on lineage business. She's a splitting image of my mother, splitting image of my mother's sisters, splitting image of us. This is how my family gets down. And I'm sure, yeah, got the same sofa, huh? Yes, indeed. Y'all know, you know how we all had that sofa, you feel me? They can't stop that FBA energy. No, 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 no. Yes, that is my grandmother right there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we out here holding it down, very, very, very thorough, and just making sure that everything goes on and making sure that our lineage goes past that, fam. They can't take that away, man. Nobody separates what we got going on right here. Nobody. I don't give a damn who they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody says. Nobody says. Nobody says. As an 80s baby, I'm going to stand on 80s baby lineage heritage, fam. And I want my 90s babies, 2000s babies, and I want everybody else to do the same damn thing. Okay, my 60s and 70s, y'all do the same thing and hold it down. And this is how we're going to get down. Nobody can take away our greatness, man. I'm telling you. I seen another picture that I want to show y'all real quick, because this picture had me like tripping. I was like, damn, our culture is something special. And it's not an African culture. It's not an African culture, y'all. Remember, grandma don't lie, y'all. Remember that. Grandma don't lie. So now what they see, where they really messed up, y'all, they started trying to tell us that we didn't have no native foundational Black American blood. They start trying to tell us that we didn't have no original Indian blood. Grandma don't lie. Ain't no coincidence, family. This will let you know it's all been one lie. Ain't no coincidence that they've been trying to tell us that we don't have any Indian in us, but every single Black grandma, Black mom, Black dad, Black grandpa, we all pass down stories of us having Indian in us. So come on, y'all. Then you know what the problem was? And me and my brother talk about this all the time. The reason why people didn't believe Black Americans when we said we had Indian in us, because you're thinking about the Indian that the dominant society stole our identity and gave them to. See, when Black folks say I got Indian in me, a lot of people will sit there and they'll say things like, man, you ain't got no damn Indian in you, because they see an Indian as Pocahontas. No. That ain't us. That's the person who hijacked our heritage and our lineage. We got Indian in us, and we talking about the original foundational Black Americans. So when you simply change the way you view what an Indian is, it makes when our grandmothers told us we all have Indian in us a lot more clear, doesn't it? It makes you look and say, damn, foundational Black Americans from California all the way to New York, all the way through the South, all the way through the Midwest. How the hell do every single one of us have stories that have been passed down that we have Indian in us? Because we do. But we're not talking about the Mongoloid Indian. We're talking about the Black American Indian. And don't let them people give someone else your identity, because you'll never get it back. This is why we delineate today. You don't let them people tell you that you're African. Don't let Mr. Fufu take your identity, because you'll never get it back. Do not let Mr. Jorge take your identity, because you'll never get it back. We've already had, family, you want to know why we need to delineate? Because we already have evidence on what it looks like when you don't. Damn, talking about how they stole our music forms from us. Let's talk about how they stole the Black American Indian identity. Let's talk about how they took the native foundational Black American that predates slavery's identity. We know what it's like when you allow someone to steal your identity. We know what it's like when the Mongoloid Indian can come over here and take thousands of years of the foundational Black American Indian, the Seminole, the Maroon. We know what that does. So we have to hold on and gatekeep our lineage, heritage, culture, and identity today, so we don't have to deal with people running around thinking that your foundational Black American Indian bloodline DNA really belongs to Pocahontas. You dig? This is where we moving right here, family. We moving something special, and we moving stronger than ever. We got history, family, that we don't need to ask nobody. Remember that too, y'all. We don't need to ask. We got whole stories where things were being passed down to us. They passed down these stories to us. So therefore, family, we don't need anybody's assistance. Don't go run into nobody telling us, man, well, what happened? You ain't got to do none of that. The stories are yours. Blackfoot, absolutely. Yeah, damn right. All of these tribesmen is us. That's what it is, family. That's all belonging to us. They know damn well it's all certified, man. They know it. So we ain't got to see it, family. We already know. We have stories that are passed down. Always believe the stories that your family passed down to you, opposed to the stories that the dominant society gave to you. You dig it? Do not allow the dominant society stories that they gave to you to defeat the stories that your grandmother passed down to you. It's a big difference. Trust grandma, trust grandpa. And then what you come to find out now, through all the studying, the intellectual conversations that we have, through all the evidence that has presented itself, family, what we come to find out now is that grandma, grandpa, And all of our lineage stories are the truth. And all the stories that's coming from Pocahontas, Billy Bob, and Karen are all the lies. You see the difference now? Now we believing in our own stories. We're believing in what we're told from ourselves. You ain't got to go searching. Never, not at all. I want to show y'all this right here. How many of y'all had this right here since I just showed my grandma? How many of y'all had that right there? Y'all remember that? It said at cousin's house. At cousin's house. Do they got them stories, y'all? Do they got them stories? Never seen it because they not like us. Do they have that history? Not like us. I'm going to tell you right now. That same grandmother that you just seen in the picture, family, I remember all of us sitting there, as well as my auntie. Rest in peace to my auntie. She actually passed away a few years ago today. So rest in peace. Family, we got those stories about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us cousins sitting there, laying down at grandma's house, at auntie house, somebody's house, and we all sitting there chilling. We all said, them is the memories that you remember the most when you get older. That's why, to be honest with you, family, other people don't really deal with their cousins. They don't really deal with their cousins, fam. We deal with our cousins. You know what I'm saying? Black Americans are very tight with their cousins. Cousins sometimes be like brothers. In my family, the young kids, they call cousins aunt and uncle. We super close, fam, to our cousins. Matter of fact, in the chat, if y'all can, what is y'all grandmother's name? If you can, if you want to go ahead and put that for me. I want to see some grandmothers' names. Because y'all know our grandmothers be having them cool names, boy. Gladys. I told you mine is Antoinette. You know what I'm saying? We got some real good names. Yeah, that take you back, don't it? That take you back. We super tight. So you remember them days, huh? Absolutely. Yes. Yes, we all got the same stories. We all got the same stories. That was last night. Yes. This is what it is, family. We all got the same story. Chilling. Dolores, oh, beautiful name. I love that name. Love the Pearl. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. I'm seeing everything. Nana, yes, indeed. Annie Mae, talk that talk. Irene, I'm seeing all of them, fam. I'm telling you, if I don't say it, I still see it. I see it. Yeah, I see you, family. Yeah, your cousin like your brother. Yep. Yes, indeed. Ruby, oh, man. Yes. Oh, I'm loving these names. Oh, man, I'm loving these names. Wow. Oh, we different. We different. Ain't nobody rocking like us. No way, no way. Look at these names. Evelyn, love that name. Damn. Man, y'all got some pretty names. I'm telling you. Fam, they don't make them. They don't make them, fam. You can't get this. Okay. I'm seeing all of them. I'm just looking. I'm like all eyes right now. I'm looking at like everything y'all posted right now. Oh, man, beautiful. Beautiful. Man, come on now. Come on now. Don't hate on the greatest now. Y'all know we the greatest. Y'all know we the greatest. Look at that right there. Oh, a couple of y'all got the same names. Look at that. I'm gonna tell you what I don't see. I don't see Lumbumba. I don't see Mutombo. I don't have no Mutombos. Y'all don't have no Mutombos. So what we talking about here? Hell no. There we go. Beautiful names. Beautiful names. I love it, man. I love it. Man, oh man, oh man. See, y'all got me all in here deep. Damn. That's what I'm seeing right there. Yes. Yeah, we say, tell us don't do this. Absolutely, brother. Tell us don't do this. Betty, love that name. Yes, we in here thick. Beautiful. I'll tell people, man, they ain't nothing. Like, notice, fam, we hold our, like, grandparents, our grandmothers, like, we hold them in high regards. Rappers make songs about their grandmas. You know what I'm saying? We hold our cousins in high regard. These people just turn on each other all day long. So how they be trying to, like, turn on us and hate on us? They be doing that to each other. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Wanda, Barbara, Yeah, then we put the name. You know, we always we put aunt, uncle, like every time when we talk, grandma, like we always refer to them in their whole name properly with respect. These people don't do that. Okay, so this is reason number 7,052,000,052 why these folks are nowhere near us, y'all. And it doesn't matter. Look at this, fam. We from all different states and regions. We pretty much probably got every single region. We got pretty much damn near every state all in here. We 1.6 deep right now. Look at all of this, fam. Look at all this FBA love. If you're watching right now, watch the chat. I told you it's the best chat in the world. Best chat in the world. Nobody, no channel, no internet, nobody out here got a better chat than this. It's Certified Black Society. Look at this right here. You want to see real FBA love, real FBA energy, it's this right here. And the way, look at all these beautiful names of these beautiful foundational Black Americans. I'm talking to anybody watching the replay. I want y'all to see that. Keep your eyes on the chat right now. This is where it's at. This is that certified foundational Black American energy. You cannot tell me that when we have this right here, this energy that we putting out here, you cannot tell me that it doesn't leave this chat and change the world. I know for a fact it does. And you only get that right here on the Black Alpha Network, Certified Black Society, man. We in here deep. Damn, y'all got some good names, y'all. Damn, y'all got some good names. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's who we are, y'all. We always rocking together. We always on the same path. We always on the same page. We get all the outsiders out the way. All the unfamiliars got to go. The people who want to tether onto us, get the hell up out our face. Foundational Black Americans, we run every single thing we do. I'm talking about modern times. I'm talking about ancestral times. I'm talking about past, present, future. I'm talking about the kids who aren't even here yet. They're going to come and join in on this FBA excellence the same way that we join in on this foundational Black American excellence. Just know one thing, fam. We've been doing this for a long damn time. We've been running America for a long damn time. And it doesn't matter what they say, don't matter what they think. It's all about us. This is how we moving forward. We know our lineage, heritage, and culture. We know about our ancestral presence, and we represent it every single second of every single day, and we do it in the best fashion possible. That's the foundational way. That's Certified Black Society, and we are in here all the time certified. So when you watch everything that's going on in the whole country, in the whole world, we know that we've been representing our ancestry. We don't represent it halfway. We go from here all the way back. See, for us, when you go all the way back, you're going thousands of years ago. You're talking about predating slavery. You're talking about predating the United States. We are the originators, and we got all the facts, all the evidence, and all the receipts to prove it. And we don't give a damn what any hater, what any op, or any outliner says. We know what it is. We know what it's about. We know that we take down the history that's been passed down to us. Our history is thorough to where we've actually seen it, encountered it. Their history. I think one thing that we've proven for sure right now, y'all, is that they can't sit here and prove anything. All you hear are stories with them. With us, you see the actual evidence. So when you're dealing with something that's not tangible versus something that is tangible, go with the tangible. When you're hearing a bunch of babble versus stories that have been confirmed, that have been realistically broke down, now you're dealing with us. So FBA always wins. We got every single receipt to prove it. And on all of our grandmothers, grandfathers, and our whole ancestry, we run the yard. Remember, like I said in Washington, D.C., family, foundational Black Americans, we didn't just build America, we created America, all right? We're made in America. We're born in America and raised in America. We're from America, so we love America, and they not like us because we run America. Certified salute. That's how I go. Y'all have a great, great time, man. Absolutely. This is our land. I see you, I see you, I see you. It is all our land, and we're doing it in a major way, major way. Can't nobody stop us, y'all. We just do it with style, we do it with grace, and we do it for each other. When you do that, you win, and we win it. You know we the champions. We the champions, always will be the champions, undefeated. Our whole life is a winning streak. Every single thing we do is flawless. We call it out, and we watch it happen. We watch it happen while we call it out. But either way, just know that foundational Black Americans, we are not just going to win. We already won. And we know it. Now they know it. Now everybody see it. That's how it is. That's how we go. All right, y'all. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and enjoy your day. We broke it down. We broke it down. We broke it down. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Shout out to the whole fam. Certified salute to all the ancestors. Certified salute up above to everybody out there. I just want y'all to know, man, we're going to continue to build. This episode, man, we went there, we did our roast, but y'all know we broke down and we had an intellectual talk. This is what we do on the Black Alpha Network. You're going to get every single element, man. We're going to do a whole lot of things. We're going to go full speed, then we're going to slow it down. Sometimes we might have to polish up the car and ride. We might have a real fun time, laugh, break down all of our families, all of our grandmothers' names, our cousins, and just give that real FBA energy and do some real like scholastic intellectual work. But everything that we do, man, we do as a family. It's all, you know, that's why we always win. We always win because we family first, and our family is first. And I'm talking about ahead of everybody else. There's only one thing that matters, y'all, and that is certified Black society. If it ain't certified Black society, it doesn't exist. And even if it did, it'd still be behind us because we number one. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all night. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. And word to our ancestors right here in America, the country that we built, y'all. Remember all the time and every single day that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. From the Black Alpha Network. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Let's go.
Everybody knows that all the people don't have liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.